Ala, what 8, what 74, 75, ala. Re batla o thoma ka meeting, re khopele tshwarelo hore re starta morawa nako. Ne re plan no re tlo starta ka 1. Then re go morawa ha nako re batla hore re tsene immediately mo meeting. Re no botsa motho a le mo gaufi le wena hore a didimale hanyane re starte ka meeting. Then re tlilo khopela ntate kampo mme o a ka rapellang o a volunteerang hore bule meeting o wa rena ka thapelo. Any volunteer? Okay. Mike ke ola. Mike ke ola ba fa Mike. Okay, are tseng thapelo re bule meeting. Re ka emella ra tsia thapelo re bule meeting.
A re rapeleng modimo ntate modimo mosa modimo Jehova modimo o khanya mabaledi a ditšhaba Jehova khosi e kholo re bitsa wena senatla sa lehodimo le lefase Jehova tshontsolo ba kitikiti ya maralla ra o bitsa senatla o etelle pele mithunona Jehova o tsamaye ka mosa le khanya Messias magate ba eta pele ba dutseng pele a rena bana Jehova ba re botse ditaba tsa nnete Jehova modimo tsena dipelong tsa bona ba re tlhalosetse Jehova se ba tlileng ka sona wena modimo maatla re kgopela matla a o re etelle pelo ya ka sa feleng amen.
Re a leboa ke kopa le betheleng thapelo matsogo man. Then lebitso la ka ke nna Aaron Maluleka ke MMC wa housing mo Tshwane ke program director ka tsheko ya meeting wa rena wa mo Hammanskraal mo area ya rena ya Themba mo unity mo re le mo temo ke tsia hore batho ba rena ba re berekang le bona ba ba ashara mo ba ka le thusa hore ge le batla di toilet ba ka le bontsha hore di toilet di mo kae re khopela hore ga ona le stulo mo gaufi le wena se sena motho o emiseletso re khone o bya motho a nne fatshe especially batho ba rena ba bagolo re ba bontshe ditulo mo ba ka nna mo teng then re share venue ya rena mo hore meeting wa rena o tle o khone o tsamaya pila go ya ka lenaneo la rena ne re budgetile hore re tlo nna mo for 2 hours then go ya ka dipolelo le di inputs le discussions re tla accommodate community hore e tlohe mo e khotsofetse gore se ba se tletseng ba se kreile then ke tlile hore ke le itsisi ba etapele ba rena ba rena le mbona mo then ke kope ntate Jacob a re itsisi ba Eskom leadership ya Eskom gore ke bo mang ba rena le mbona mo then he re rile bja o re itsane re bo mang re tlilo simolla meeting wa rena pila gore itse re bolela le bo mang then re na le councilor ya rena ward councilor ya rena Mentabiseng Mahlangu a emelle okay yeah re na le ntate Marishane ke deputy chief ya rena mo Tshwane mola Sabelo Marishane then re na le MMC wa rena wa utility services ko City of Tshwane ntate France Bushielo then re na le councillor Adam Mashapa wa ko ward 49 re na le councillor Michael DJ Maporisa Ndlovu wa ward 73 re na le councillor Zexi Tumo wa ward 74 re na le councillor Willie Khopa wa ward 95 Costing Vater okay ba feletse ma councillor a rena le ngona then ke kopa ntate Jacob Mtsweni a re itsisi ketapele ya Eskom
Bahlali lotshani. Nivukile. Siyathokoza, very brief. Ngizothoma ngesandleni sami sokunxele, or ithi ngithome ngehloko ne. Hammanskraal namhlanje bakhulu, sine GM yethu yase Gauteng, our general manager, ngubaba uBandile Jack. Isikhulu sethu lesi, and then from my far left, ngino Sisi uThandiwe Nkambule. And then from there, Nosisu Fusani Palandwa. And where's Mashangu? I don't see Mashangu. We also have our guru in networks, Mr. Mashangu. He's somewhere here. He was supposed to be there. Simshaileni Saldanaye. And then the rest are my managers and my colleagues. I will introduce you in the next meetings. I thank you.
Then akalitisi premier wa Gauteng. Okay, sa litisi ne la mitsi. Okay, re na le premier wa rena wa Gauteng Tate Panyaza Andrek Lesufi. Then re na le minister wa rena Ntate Sputa Ramokgopa. Re simolla meeting wa rena ya nong gore Ntate Panyaza Lesufi. Okay, before Ntate Panyaza Lesufi, re kibitse Mayor Councillor just to welcome us quickly. Eta Councillor.
Dumelang baahi ba Hammanskraal. Re a le amohela mo Ward 75 re sa senya nako ke a itse re le emetse ho utlwa re load reduction ya fela ke re. Ya le ka tseno re experiencing se load reduction ke sure ba ba eme mo ke ba batla re direlang di decision tse di monate tse re nyoko di utlwang, especially ba ba dirang a right thing a ke re. Ke a leboha dimtja di bofilwe feel I'm free.
No, thank you, Councillor. Okay, re tlile ya nong go amogela Ntate Panyaza Lesufi gore a etse input le ena a re tlhalosetse commitment e leng gore re bone ko di areas tsa go bo Soweto ba intervene gore batho ba rena ba sa tla ba sokodisa ke motlakase gore ke matsapa mafeng a ba tseang le government ya rena Gauteng go thusa gore batho ba rena ka ge minister ha ina tsena mo government nga tlhalositse gore load shedding e tla nna ntho ya maloba re sana le tlhoba boroko ya load reduction re sana le tlhoba boroko ya price ya motlakase go leng godimo e leng gore batho ba rena ntse ba sa itumela ka yona. Then Ntate Panyaza o tlilo le tlhalosetsa re le Gauteng government ke intervention tse feng tse re nnang le tsona ke go ba re methele matso ra mo le Ntate Panyaza Lesufi.
Dumela le gabotse e ka ra la thaba dumela le gabotse. Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to thank the program director, Councillor Aaron Malulek, and also take this opportunity to warmly welcome the minister who's responsible for this program of electricity and energy in our country, Dr. Khosientso Ramokgopa. Ra leboga minister, or lebe gona le khona. I want to acknowledge MMC who are responsible for electricity and Masipala, MMC Bushielo, and also acknowledge all the councillors that are here. Kiba lebogo or bafa. Bana besho re tla go lena ba sello sa lena se kwagetse. Re le mmusho wa Gauteng re kgopetše mmušo wa naga o etetšeng pele ke minister Gosienso Ramokgopa ra ba ra kgopela le masepala wa Tshwane ra re ka moka re eng baduding ba Hammanskraal go ra re fihla mo o ska ba wa šupang o mongwe ka monwana a re ye a se bothata baka ke bothata ba nationally or o mongwe ra se bothata baka ke bothata ba masepala or o mongwe ra se bothata baka ke bothata ba province re tše a re gahlantšhe mabjoko a rena re lebane le badudi ba mo re le bontšhe gore re nyaka go dirang re le mmušo. Especially as the provincial government, I want to thank the entire leadership of ESCOM, especially their general manager and their team. We meet to discuss electricity challenges. And we prioritized 4 areas. Even though electricity is not the mandate of provincial government, we took upon ourselves that we can't say it's not our mandate when our people are going through difficulties of electricity. So we prioritized 4 crucial areas. The first one is to fix transformers that are not working. To date, as a provincial government, we have 256 transformers that are not working, and we fix, out of that, we fixed 240 of them. In the area that you are in here, it's only 1 transformer that we briefed this morning that is not working. And that one I'm leaving it to the minister because I don't want to claim victory on something that was not of the provincial government. The second area, which is also a serious problem that you are facing, is this thing that we call smart meters. As the provincial government, we committed that each and every house must have a proper smart meter. But that smart meter, before it's installed, the community must be consulted so that the community know why we are bringing that smart meter. We have now concluded Soweto, we have concluded part of Ekurhuleni, we are concluding part of the Vaal, we are now entering Tshwane. In some instances, it's the municipality that is leading that process. In some instances, it's ESCOM that is leading that process. Today, again, the minister will explain to you how will ESCOM run with that program in your area. The third area is what we call high-mast electrification. Na ke gola go thembisa ne re di bitsa di Apollo lights. That we must ensure that even when there is load shedding or load reduction, high-mast lighting must continue so that people are not in darkness when they need light. So we are rolling that out as well as the provincial government, assisted by various municipalities, also assisted by ESCOM, where ESCOM can assist us. The fourth, which is very important, those that are without electricity, we must electrify them. There is a community called Winterveld. There is a community in Everton. They've never seen what is electricity in the last 5 years or so. We really believe it's unfair to them. And now we are agreeing with the national department and with our municipalities that we are coming to electrify those areas. So these are the 4 priorities the Gauteng Provincial Government has taken on energy. But we want to go further than that, which Minister Ramokgopa has accepted. We are working together. We need to broaden what we call an indigent package. An indigent package means mo na leng child-headed families, mo dulang bo nkgono fela, or o kry-a mo ntlong kaofela ona motho a berekang. Re le mmuso, we want to broaden the package. One of the areas that we want to bring is the solar panels to those families. So that we put a solar panel, we give that family free data. So, because Wi-Fi is a luxury, it's part of life. As the provincial government, we want to add that on top of water, electricity, and many other things. So these are the programs that we want to assist you. But today, re tla mo lena ka ntho e leng hloka boroko e re tshwenya ka kudu le ba re load shedding e sepetse mara nnete gore o na le metse e mentši senang electricity ka nako tše dingwe. So we are coming with the minister to announce gore bothata bo re nyaka bo fediša. O tla hlaloša gore o nyaka bo fediša neng jwang so that re ska hlola re ba le bona bothata. Mara re fediše bothata bo. There are many other things that we need to do together. High on the agenda is illegal connections. Because the source of load reduction is embedded at the level of illegal connections. But the good thing that we want to do as government, we don't want to shame illegal connectors. We want to migrate them from illegal to be legalized so that we can get electricity given to them. That's the approach that you want to take. Because there must be no one who must not have electricity in our country, especially if they are South Africans. That's the priority that you want to do. So, re tla go lena le kgono go hlaloša gore load reduction re tlo e fediša jwang, illegal connections re tlo di fediša jwang, transformers tse di sa bereking re tlo di berekiša jwang, di smart meter tše re nyakang go di tsenya gobaneng re nyaka go di tsenya, le mathata a mang le na le ngona re le fe sebaka gore le a ntšhe pele ga premier, pele ga minister, pele ga masepala gore ge re tloga mo gobane mang le mang wa tseba gore re eme kae. Re a kwana setšhaba sa Hammanskraal. Ke rata o leboga o sacrifice sontaga ya lena ba bang ba kgona o ya kerekeng gore le be le rena le kgono. Ke lakaletše ba bang ba bapalang football e kgolo-kgolo kua Africa, Mamelodi Sundowns, gore ba buine le kgono, and le ba bang ba bapala kua FNB ba jewa molebe gore le kgono ba ska jewa ba wine. Ene le ba ba lahlileng di-point ka Labohlano ke re go motšegang bana bešo a ya fela ntwe e sa le lebelonyana. Ke a le leboga bana bešo. Thank you so much for your attention. E re ka sona sebaka se ke kgopele minister ke ngwana mo gae, ke ngwana mobu tšwa mo Tshwane mo. Ke monno a dirileng ntho e be re sa nagane gore ka direga re sa phele. Ka moga rena be re nagana gore load shedding ke bophelo ba rena. Ra romela lesogana le le na le ntlhompho, le nang le rato le legolo la batho, wa ithutileng, wa dirileng mmereko o thušitšeng le presidente wa naga, o re ruri o kgonne go fediša load shedding in our lifetime. Ke kgopela le itie matsogo re miše ministera wa rena Kgoši Ntsho Ramokgopa. Ra leboga ngwaneso.
No, ke a leboga. Danke. No, ke a leboga tona kgolo ya rena. Ke nyaka go tšea sebaka se ke dumedise boetapele bja rena bja mmušo o ya ka mafapha-fapha. So ka jeko le ka sonta mmušo o ithwele wa re re tlo kopana le badudi ba Hammanskraal kudu Ward 8, 74 le 75 because o na le bothata bja ntho e ka sekgowa ba re ke load reduction ya gore o na le di-iri mo letšatšing mo e leng gore batho ba borena a ba kgone go hwetša motlakase. Batho ba borena ba tlhagitše sello sa gore re nyaka gore mmušo e rarolle bothata bjo. So re thwele re tlile mo lena le kgono ka tlhompho le boikokobetšo. ka leleme la heso ba re pela e tlhokile mosela ka lebaka la go romeletša. So na se a re a romeletša re ithwele re itlisitše ebile a re thome o tla mo maloba mo e ne re le dimeyara ne re phela re le mo bathong because o rarolla bothata bja batho ke gore o ikokobetše o theeletše sello sa batho ene o fetša o ba tlhalosetše gore tlo rarolla bjang bothata. So ke a leboa boetapele bja mmuso ya ka mafapha mo province mo re na le premier wa rena ntate Panyaza Lesufi le mo masepala wa rena o motseselegae re na le ntate Bushielo e le gore maikarabelo a gae ke dilo tša infrastructure, dilo tša ditsela, dilo tša metsi, dilo tša mabone. Re šomišana mmogo re kgone go rarolla le go tsosološa mafelo a borena re kgone go bana le bophelo bjo bokaone. Re na le di-ward councillor tša rena mo ke mmušo wa kgauswi le batho wa e leng gore re na le ditletlebo re a tseba address ya bona re a tseba gore mo re ka ba khumanang gona re a go bona ra tliša dillo tša rena le bona ba kgona gore ba šomišane le mafapha a mang a mmušo re rarolle bothata. So ke nyaka go tšea sebaka se ke le leboge gore le kgonne gore ka Sontaga le na le mabaka a mantši mara le kgonne go ithwala gore le tle meeting ka re le a tseba gore sebiletšwa ke eng ka gore ke sello sa lena. So re a leboga gore le kgonne go ipha nako go kgona go ba le rena le kgono o ka re kgotswa modimo wa thabasi yone e ka ba le lena re kgone go šomiša mosomo wa rena re kgone go rarolla mathata a gona ntho e tlo re palela gore re ka e rarolla leleme la ka ba re tau tša thoka seboka di šitwa ke nna re e thotša. So nna re e ka se re palele nna re ya load reduction e ka se re palele e re kopane. So ke nyaka le ntumelele ka bokopanenyana ke le tlhalosetše gore re no bothata bja bo e leng ka bo tlhalosa ka mafapha a mane. So there are 4 major interventions tše e le gore nyaka go di rarolla tše e le gore President Ramaphosa o re file tšona re le letona la motagase le la energy o re rarolla these 4 areas. Ya mathomo ke bothata bjela bja load shedding. Ya bobedi ke gore go na le malapa e leng gore ka mokgwa premier a boletšego ka gona e sa le ba bona e sa le ba aga mo ba agaileng gona mo ba dulang gona a sosho ba na le motagase. So ka sekgowa re want to achieve universal access ka mantšu ao ke ra gore re nyaka re se ya kgetholle re ntlo ye nngwe le nngwe mo Afrika Borwa e kgone go hwetša motagase. So e ke eme mo pele a lena mo go na le malapa e ka bang 1.7 million ba e leng gore a šinki ba bona motagase. So e re bolela ka load shedding re bolela ka load reduction bona ba tsebo re apa ka eng ka re bona load shedding is permanent, load reduction is permanent. So President o re a re rarolle bothata bja bobedi. Bothata bja boraro be e le gore nyaka borarolla ke bothata bja gore le re tlo fediša bothata bja load reduction a ke re le ya tseba gore motlagase wa tura le o phela ka mphiwa fela ka tšhelete ya pension ke sa bolele ka batho ba e leng gore ba na le tseno batho ba o se šome le ka se kgone go patela motlagase o ka se kgone go fetša kgwedi o leo le gore you are middle class o nurse o doctor o bereka ko correctional service motlagase wa tura. Maloba mo ne re kopane re biditšwe ke batho ba human rights thanks to Katlego o ona mo lesogana le ke nyaka go le rulela mongatse ke le rulela mongatse ka gore o eme legatong la baduli le batho ba dikobo tše dikhutshwane a re mmušo wa rena wa thato ya bontši bja batho le sotla ka batho ba borena ka gore motlagase wa tura le sotla ka batho ba borena ka lebaka la taba tša load reduction a ba sepela semmušo a re tšea a re isa ko the Human Rights Commission gore re tle re tlhalosetše setšhaba re sa arabe yena e tee re araba setšhaba gore bothata bjo re tlo bo rarolla bjang. So we need more people like you, community activists, always on the side of the people. I think that's very important, Katlego. And I'm sure ke a tshepa gore ge re ya pele tlo tlhagiša maikutlo a gago re kgone go rarolla bothata bjo. And bothata bjo bongwe ba bone bo re nyaka bo rarolla ke bothata bja load reduction. ke tlo le tlhalosetsa gore rarolotse bjang bothata bja load shedding. Mara lena le mo Hammanskraal mo le mafelo a mangwe, he nka ema mo ka re load shedding e fedile, ntho le ka se itshepe ka re le ka tšeko frua ke re ne le sena mabone le no a ona mabone ya no re tla itšheka not during the day ape ntho e ke itseba ke robetše. So ntho e ke e tlhalosang ke gore ke nonwane go batho ba o tshwana le lena, he nka re feditše load shedding e le gore lena le load reduction. So President Ramaphosa re fediša mathata a mane. So ke tlo dula mo ba load reduction because ke sona sebiletšwa segolo. Mara ntumeleng ka bokopana ke tswapole ga nnyane gore mathata a mang a mararo re a rarolla bjang. Le a lutlwa leleme le ke le bolelang, le a nkutlwisisa gabotse. Ke a motokwana, that's right, ke a lebo. Mara ke tlo zama re ke ska apa setokwa sa o tsenelela ke bolele leleme la mo locationeng gore ke tsamaye le lena ka moka, because ke nyaka re tsamaye mo o ska bana le motho e leng gore wa leya or a utlwisisa ntho e re boletseng. Of course re tlo ba le botšiša dipotšišo le tiša mono ya lena le tlo kgona gore le ntšhe se se leng mo mafatleng. Ntho ya load shedding e ra gore phetlo ya rena ya motlagase, ditishini tša rena tša malahla tša nuclear tša metse ka sekgowa ba re ke hydro, the picking plants mo re berekišang diesel, di ra gore ne di sa fetle motlagase ka mokgwa o lekaneng gore re ka kgona go fitlhelela gore re fepe the demand, tlhokagalo ya motlagase. Seo se ra gore ka gore phetlo ya rena motlagase ile fase, tshwanetse gore batho ba borena ba nyaka motlagase tšatši ka letšatši, difeme di-industry mo ba nyaka motlagase, ka gore a re fetle motlagase o lekaneng e ra gore o tlo bana le di-iri mo letšatšing mo e leng gore a re lefe motlagase. Ntho e re e bitša gore ke load shedding. Gore ne le kgona go utlwa maloba re bolela gore kusile medupi unit mamang di wele, re kgopela tshwarelo re ya stage 6 load shedding, stage 5 load shedding. And le a tseba gore ka nnete re economy ya rena e nyakile e phutlama ka gore mabone na sa šome. Di-industry tša rena ba ka se kgone gore ba manufacture mebotoro, ba ire steel, ba ire samente, dilo tše e leng gore di a nyakagala gore re ka tsosološa economy ya rena. Ge o sena mabone e ra gore economy ga e gone. So ke ka mo President Ramaphosa tlhalositseng gore ntho ya mathomo re tshwanetse go e rarolola ke load shedding, because whether o na le load reduction, whether motlagase wa o tura ra o ture, ge o sena motlagase there's no need for you to pay, o ka se patele. Ge o sena motlagase o ka se bane le load reduction, because all of us ka moka rena tle be re na le bothata bja gore motlagase ya o gona. Ra ba re tsamaya ditišitše re kwešiša gore bothata bja load shedding ke eng, ra kgona go kwešiša gore ga re a beeletša gore re ka tsosološa phetlo ya motlagase. These stations were not investing, re di fa tšhelete ya maintenance, tšhelete ya go reka new equipment gore re kgone go tsosološa motlagase. E tshwana le mmotoro wa gago o ka bana le 5 years o sepela o isa ko servicing, whether ke Mercedes, BMW, Toyota, ba bula engine ba tsentša new parts. Rena ntho ene re se ya dire and re sepedišitše mmotoro o nako ya gore ya o fetiša ka mokgwa e tshwanetšeng ka gona, ka gore ne re sa ise servicing, then the car stalls no ema mmotoro ka gore a ro service. So rara President Ramaphosa ra ka re kgone go kwešiša bothata bjo, and re bo kwešišitše ka gore rena re di-engineers re a twisisa gore the problem is to fix an engine. The problem is not the driver. Ge koloi ka ema mo e gana o tsamaya a o botsise driver gore a na o na le license. All you do is to open the bonnet and fix the car. Ya re mola koloi starta e nyaka o tsamaya ke tla ba ke checka gore a na o na le license, o dumeletše gore ka kgona o reila mmotoro. So rara President Ramaphosa re nyaka masheleng so that we can fix these machines. Re nyaka tšhelete e ka bang 252 billion rands. So 252 billion rands ke tšhelete e ntši kudu ka maatla, ke kgone gore a ke tse gore nka e tlhalosa bjang. Mara ne ke rata go botša batho gore ne ke na le papa ne o ka re moya wa bona o ka robala ka khutšo, ba robetše boroko bo botelele. Papa na rana motšhaene So ba o betcha ne batla moena ba betcha e ba ntsha nomore ne ntsha ke ena. So a ke la itse re batho ba mo China ba itse chelete. Mara ena o itse ka di 5 rand, 10 rand, 20 rand. So tjatji le leng a nkutlwa ke bolela ka a billion a butsa re ngwana ga ni billion ke chelete ya mohuta man. Ke re no pa ke re nna le gona ngwana. Le no re 1 la re not e le tsola le na le lapile nomore e ra re ke 1 billion. So that's how we got to understand a billion. But the point ntwe ke nyaka o e tlhalosa re tsamaile ra khopela chelete ka bang 252 billion rand. That 252 billion rand a se chelete ya President Ramaphosa. Ke chelete ya le ba le shomang le patela mochelo le patela di tax e tšea ke SARS e tšea chelete o ra khopela hore modima this 2 trillion rands. Now a ke sa bolela ka di billion ke 2 trillion rands e SARS e kgonne hore e khumane mo rena ba o shoma ba ile hore re kgona o shoma re patela tax because re letseno la rena ke le itseng di feme ba patetse chelete we took from that money re tsere chelete eo ra ilo lokisa these power stations. Mara seo se ra hore re tsere 252 billion rands nke re tsere chelete eo re aga dikolo nke re tsere chelete eo re aga ditleliniki dipetlela ra tsentša ra lokisa di potholes ra aga ditsela ra dira dikgoba tša mešomo. Mara ka gore re a tseba gore leo ka bana le sepetlela wa bana le sekolo as long as mabone a se gona e ra re economy ya phutlang the economy will collapse. Ke ka mo re tšere o tšheleteo ra e beeletša mo metšhining eo Kusile, Medupi, Camden, Grootvlei, Hendrina, Duva nka di bala ka moka ra e tsentša tšheleteo. Ke ka mo le bona mabone a tšhuma and today nka le botša re ka nnete that load shedding re e fedišitše. Now bothata bja bobedi bje bo re lebaneng ke gore re rarolotše bothata bje ba load shedding ke gore mara motlagase o wa tura a ke re le ya tseba gore maloba mo maybe 10 years ago ge ne re le bommeyara ge ne le reka motlagase no le fa di-units tse itseng ka 100 rand mara ka tšeko di ile fase e ra gore motlagase o ya odimo le odimo ba o tseba dipalopalo ba e tlhalosa ka mokgwa ore the cost of electricity e godile 987% since 2007 close to 1000%. And in the same period, inflation e godile ka 150%. So e ra gore batho ba bo rena re ba tšeetše mašheleng a bona ka gore mašheleng a bona ge ba reka motlagase malobane ba kgona go reka ka 200 ba kgona gore o ba pushe for 15 days. Today I'm sure 200 ke 5 days. So ha ona motho wa no it can't be a day. It's not possible. A ke re ke tlo tla mo ke bolele le nna nnete le nna le tlo mpotša nnete 200 will not be a day. So motlagase o ile odimo. So President Ramaphosa rarolla bothata bjo ba motlagase. Re amogela gore batho ba o phela ka mphiwa fela. Ke thoma ka bona batho ba o se šome. Gore ka nnete go sena selo ka mogae. O tshwanetse gore o rekele bana borotho goba o reke motlagase wa utura. Seo se tlo se dira o ko rekela bana borotho. Motlagase wa se be gona. Goba wa rekela bana borotho wa khopela ramkhopa mo wa izinyoka re tla connectele phela na I can't afford electricity. And that's why you see the rate of illegal connection amongst other reasons. Engwe ya mabaka a ke re ke lebaka fela la gore le bone batho ba re ba ikgogela motlagase o ya ka mogoi semmušong wa gola. So ke bona bothata be le re bo re lebane re bo rarolla bjang bothata be re feditše tokomane e leng tšhišinyo e leng gore nna ke isa ko cabinet ya go re iša bjang motlagase gore re rarolle bothata bja ya motlagase wa utura. Yona tokomane ye re tlo itše ra itliša mo setšhabeng gore lena le setšhaba tlišang mono ya lena gore ana tokomane ya cabinet e le gore ramokgopa o tlile ka yona now sponsored by cabinet ke ntho e lena le dumelanang le yona gore ka nnete e tlo kgona gore thuša gore re iše phetlo ya motlagase fase le gore re kgone go thuša batho ba ba senang sa bona. E re ke le feng motlhala mmušo ngwaga ka ngwaga o tšea tšhelete e ka bang 44 billion rands Di-billion tse masome nne. Tša o thuša batho ba e leng gore ka magaeng a bona letseno ge re le kopantšha, the total household income is less than 3,200. Re tšere sephetho sa gore batho ba re tlo wa fa kelo e itšeng ya motlagase mahala. Mara he ke re mahala ke ra gore that 44 billion rand re fa Eskom, re fa bo masepala gore thušang batho ba dikobo tše dikhutshwane. Mara, so there's about 2.1 million households that qualify for free basic electricity. Dintlo tše ka ba milione tše pedi fegelwana tee tše e leng gore di ka hwetša motlagase mahala o itšeng kgwedi ka kgwedi. Mara mo dima dintlo tše dis 2.1 million. Ke dintlo fela tše 400,000 tše e leng gore di humana motlagase mahala. Ke ka eng? Ke ka lebaka la eng? Ka gore bo masepala ba kgone go ngwadisa batho ba mo metseng ba e leng gore ke ba humaneng, ntho e re bitša gore ke di-indigent. You need the indigent register for us to support the poor with free electricity. Ke tlo le botša gore e rarolla bjang ge ke bolela ka load reduction. E nngwe re e boneng ke gore this thing ya free electricity ke 50 kilowatt hour e sa le re e tsentšha mo mmušong ka about 2003. Today, about 23 years later, ka morago ga mengwaga e masomepeditharo re e tsentšhitše semmušong, ga re šešo re ya e oketša, e sa le 50 kilowatt hour. 50 kilowatt hour is about 3 days of electricity. It's gone. So le nka re ke le fa electricity for free ka 50 kilowatt. After 3 days it's gone. It means for the next matšatši a tlang 27 days you must buy that electricity. So tšhišinyo ya rena ke gore tshwantše re e oketše. Re iše godimo e ka ba 200 kilowatt hour, mara re re mmušo wa bogare wa Minister of Finance will not finance this increase. Re na le tšhišinyo ya gore re ka e fihliša bjang mo bathong ba borena. So increase the free basic service without tampering with the fiscus. O ska kgopela gore mmušo o fe tšhelete to subsidize this, re na le tšhišinyo ya re tlo e šomiša bjang. E nngwe ya lenaneo le re tlo le tšhišinyang mo tokomaneng e ke gore le a bona re ka montle ka mo o fiša bjang. Letšatši le kgone gore re fa motlagase. The most expensive part, ntho e leng gore e iša motlagase kodimo, ka sekgowa ba re is the cost of primary energy. Je the cost of primary energy, I really mean malatla. Petro ya re re fetla motlagase, re tšea malatla, ra gotša mollo, ra mollo o wa futhumatša metsi a ntšha steam is sa rana turbine ya re fa motlagase. That's how you produce electricity. Mara o thoma ka malatla. Mara re a tseba gore technology re thušitše gore ge o nyaka o fetla motlagase a o tlhoke malatla, o ka fetla motlagase ka letšatši. What is the price of the sun? Ke bokae letšatši? It's zero. That's right, sis. So 44% of the tariff, mo dima 100 rand, mo dima 1 rand, e re e patelang mo motlagase, 44 cents is to pay for malatla. So if we can remove that 44 cents, or raisha fast, e ra gore tefelo ya motlagase le yona e tshwanetse o ya fast. And we are well endowed, re filwe rena mo. Ge re complaina ka letšatši lena le tsebeng gore re tlo fetla motlagase, mara bošego ga o na letšatši, furugo ga o na letšatši. Ge le tsoga furugo le nyaka o irela bana scaftini le na le tlhapa le itukišetša go ya mošomong, gona bjanong mathapa a maile ya ko gae letšatši ya le gona le tlo mpuisa ramokgopa. So ntho ya gago ya re fetla motlagase ka letšatši re tlo e rarolla bjang, re e rarolla ka mokhutao. A ke re fetla motlagase ka letšatši gona jwale, mara bontši bja rena re šomiše motlagase, re tlo o šomiša ka bontši bja rena mathapama, ra bo šomiša furugo. So we must store this electricity. Tshwantse re e beeletše gore mathapama ge dilo o apea, ge letšatši le se gona, re tšee mola re beileng gona, ro e bea ko kae? We are going to put it in the batteries. So motlagase wa ira, re thumaša mabone ka montlong, excess generating capacity, we store it in the batteries, mathapama re le fa ona. In that way we bring down the cost of electricity. So a re a lebella fela batho ba dikobo tše dikhutshwane, re lebelletse le batho ba o šoma, the middle class, the professionals. Electricity is very expensive. So tokomane e tla tšwa, I'm sure le tla tliša mono ya lena re tla re mola re e feditše ra bua semmušo ra tlhalosetša setšhaba tokomane e tlo tšwa ka kgwedi e tlago ya May, early May, late April, and by June will be done, and hopefully we'll have a new dispensation. Re tlo bana le molao o moswa hore tefelo ya motlakase re tlo e rarolla bjang. Ya boraro e ke boletseng ka yona ke boletse ka load shedding ka bolela ka tefelo ya motlakase. Ya boraro ke gore go na le malapa e leng gore a sešo ba bona le motlakase e sa le ba bona, and they are largely in the rural areas and in the peri-urban. Peri-urban areas ke ra batho ba o tla magoeng ba o nyaka dikgoba tša mešomo ka gore ga bana bodulo ba ipeya ba ira dilo tše re bitša ke informal settlements. I'm sure le mo gae mo e gona informal settlement, batho ba e leng gore ba ipeile, batho ba a sešo ba na le motlakase, they've never had electricity, but the ones ba e leng ba leng kgauswi le ditoropo tša o tshwana le mo re agileng gona ba ikgogela ona mahala, and ke yona re itlišang gore the use of electricity e godimo. So re tšere sephetho sa gore motho o mongwe le o mongwe mo Afrika Borwa o tlo hwetša motlakase. 1.69 million people. When I round it off, is 1.7 million people. Gore each and every o ska amana le motho wa ra mo gopa ke na motlakase ke nna in an informal settlement while rena re lešile will connect everyone. So the president says connect everyone. So ke sephetho se re šereng gore re tlo re o mongwe le o mongwe a leng gona re rarolle bothata bja motlakase. Then the last one ke sebilo tša se segolo ke load reduction. Ke thomile mathomong ka re feditše load shedding, mara lena batho ba e leng gore le lebelelane le load reduction, it doesn't mean anything whether we bitša load shedding or load reduction. A ke nyaka go tseba se ke se tsebang gore a ke na mabone di-iri tše itšeng mo letšatšing. We want to solve this problem, so re tlile mo rarolla bothata. Re a tseba gore mo gae mo re na le di-province tše senyane. Two of the provinces, the province tše pedi, that's why we have the biggest problem of load reduction. So Western Cape, there is no place in the Western Cape more than road reduction. Northern Cape, we have resolved load reduction in the Northern Cape. A settlement, a village, a town, a suburb, a street, because of load reduction. If bas number one is other things, but not load reduction. Northwest, Free State, and the Eastern Cape, a load reduction now in June, July. All of it. Limpopo, we are confident of load reduction. Limpumalanga, load reduction will by October. But we have a big problem in Gauteng. Nale bothata bo bogolo mo Gauteng. Bothata bjo a botshwane, bothata ba Hammanskraal a botshwane le bothata ba Winterveld. A botshwane le bothata ba Sharpeville, le bothata bja Sebokeng. And that's why re itwele re tla mo lena hore ga re šomišane mmogo go rarolla bothata bja. Ke eng bothata bja load reduction? Bo tla ka mehuta e mentši. Sa mathomo ke batho ba e leng gore ba ikgogela motlakase ka mo e leng gore ga se mo semmušong. A ke re ke boletse gore o ka bana le ntho ka sekgowa re ke informal settlement, ba ipei. Ba fitlhile mo ba ipeya, mara ba bona gore across the road, the other side ya tsela, batho ba ba leng gona mo ba na le mabone. Rena mo a rena mabone. Ene ba bang ba bona ba na le bo 5-10 years ba ntse ba sena mabone. Ba re no re a ikgogela mabone. Ene ba ikgogela mabone ya, ba ikgogela mabone ya ba thuša mo gongwe ke batho ba e leng gore ke ditsebi tša gore mabone wa kopantšha wa connecta bjang. A ke re le a tseba re connectela ke bomang. So yes my sister. No ke nyaka go bolela nnete, le tlo itlhalosa nnete so that re kgone go rarolla bothata. So go na le batho ba o fa re patela bona gore re connecte le motlakase ka mokgwa o se semmušong. Seo se ra gore batho ba e leng gore ba hwetša motlakase semmušo, batho ba e leng gore ba patela, because we are sharing the same distribution infrastructure, the transformer e fepang batho ba e leng gore a bana ba ikgogetše motlakase ka mokgwa o seng semmušong, le ba e leng gore ba hwetša motlakase semmušo, they share the same transformer. E ra gore transformer ya imelwa. Transformer e ra gore re agile gore e kgone go fa malapa e leng gore lesome ba ba fe mabone. Mara ka lebaka la gore go na le batho ba bangwe ba e leng gore ba ikgogetše, malapa o a godile ke malapa a masome a mabedi. Now what does the transformer do? Transformer e rutilwe gore so that e ska thunya, e ska thuntša, e ska threaten the lives of kids, of people who could be playing there, bana le motho wa iphetela. Goba to damage a property, the transformer will switch itself off. Why ya itima transformer? Why tshwanetse o itima is because re nyaka o protecta maphelo mo. Mara le gona ga ithuntšitše e la gore tshwanetse re ntshe mašheleng ka mo potleng tša rena re tle ka transformer e ntshwa. And for as long as batho ba ikgogela mabone e la gore every 3 months re tla tla le new transformers. Premier o fetša o bolela. Just in the Hammanskraal area, the transformer tše e le gore di swele di thuntšitše since April of 2025, just over a year, is 19 of them. And every transformer is like 500,000. 500,000 for us to replace the transformer. We have replaced 18, we'll replace the other one. Premier na bolela ka yona, re tla replace our next Eskom. But for as long as batho ba ikgogela mabone ka mokgwa e seng mo semmušong, the transformer is going to fail again. We are going to have incidents of no electricity. Ke ka mo re tšeang sephetho sa re a re boledišaneng le setšhaba go rarolla mathata. Re tlo a rarolla bjang mathata. Sa mathomo, ke nyaka o ikgopela ka boikokobetšo gore ge Eskom e tla in your area, re nyaka o tsentšha di-smart meters. Re nyaka o di tsentšha di-smart meters so that ge re ya pele, e reng ke le feng mohlala, ke le go na le transformership, e tshwanetse go fa motlakase dintlo tše lesome. Then wa tla batho ba bangwe ba ipei mo, the same transformer ba goga because ba e goga mo ntlong, ba tsentšha dintlo tše ding tše lesome. Then this transformer e ra gore ya imela, e tshwantše e time. Ge re tima this transformer ka ntho ya load reduction, because a ke re la tseba load reduction ke forogo ebile ke mathapang. Because why e le forogo? Because motlakase o montši re o berekiša forogo, motlakase o montši re o berekiša mathapang. I'm sure o na le ba bang ba lena mo le re no marra mokgopa ntho o irang it's unfair. Nna ke a patela. Why do you penalize me? Go and deal with the people of illegal connections. Don't touch me. Yes, agree. That's right. So what will the smart meter do? Here it's the smart meters. Ke kgona go bona gore ke ba lesufi, ke ba mathabata, ke ba mang ba e leng gore ba patela. Ke a ba lesela ba. Ona go head office ko male ba leng gona. Re timela batho ba e leng gore ba nya go patela. Wena re o tshwara. That's what a smart meter will do. The second thing a smart meter e tlo e dira. Ona le batho ba re ke ba dikobo tše dikhutshwane. You can't afford electricity. As we are waiting, even when it comes, there's 2.1 million houses that qualify for free electricity. Only 400,000 of them get that electricity. Modima di milione tse pedi fegelwana tee tša malapa e leng gore a tshwanetse go humana motlakase mahala. Ke malapa fela ma 400,000, 440,000 ba e leng gore ba kry-a motlakase mahala. Ke ka lebaka la eng? Where is this 44 billion rands? E leng gore Minister of Finance o e fa di masepala bo Eskom gore e fa batho motlakase mahala. The biggest reason ya gore re sa kgona go fa batho ba e leng gore ba tshwanetse gore ba khumane motlakase mahala re ba fe mahala is we shumisha dilo tše e leng gore a di a lebana tšhelete. So ba patela di salary tša bašomi, ba patela di pothole. Mara rena re le this 44 billion rand e fa batho ba dikobo tše dikhutshwane. What will the smart meter do? Ga re sa tlo fa masepala le cent. Ga re sa tlo fa le Eskom le cent. A ke re nyaka o thuša wena. So the kgwedi e thoma kgwedi e nngwe le nngwe he re di 1 tša kgwedi e nngwe le nngwe. Ge o ya ko your smart meter o tlo kry-a le gore re tsentšhitše those free units. You don't get it through municipality. You don't get it through, we give it to you directly. Mara re sa tlo tlhoka masepala gore ba le ngwadiše because rena Eskom doesn't have the competence. to compile gore e dire this indigent register. So that's what we're going to do. So gore re kgone ho relieve this pressure, we need to connect a minimum, roll out about 30% smart meters connected to this transformer, using that example. So ke tlile mo lena ke re, ge Eskom e tla mo lena, re tlo boledišana le lena, o ka se no makala fela o tsoga, go na le di-vene tsa Eskom, ba tsena ka motho. No. We will work through the councillors. If na di committee in the area, we'll work through those committees. Let's say gore ka moswane Eskom e tla re tsentšha di-smart meters. Once we have 30%, mo di ntlo tše lesome, ge re tsentšitse dintlo tše tharo, we stop load reduction. You know why that is possible? It's because the added pressure from that additional 10 households will absorb it through these smart meters. But ge lena le re emiša gore no a ke le nyake ka mo, that transformer e tlo thunya. So ka boikokobetso re nyaka ho šomišana le lena gore rarolle bothata. Then go na le batho ba ile re ba tlile ka mo meeting, ba from the informal settlement goba the area tše e leng gore a sešo di a humana motlagase le ka tšeko. Those areas we are going, as we are going to regularize you. So we don't look at the history. We are coming to fix electricity. In your informal settlement, so that you get smart meters and you get quality electricity. And if you qualify for free electricity, you can create that free electricity. But for as long as batho informal settlement no arle mo, then it means re ka se kgone ho rarolla bothata for bao ba loko informal settlement. So re a le kgopela ka boikokobetso re ge re tla re itsebiša re dumelleng gore re kgone ho tsena ka mo re rarolle bothata. Then go na le bothata be beng ba gore ge le tlisitse ditletlebo sello sa hao re tswalletse di Eskom customer care centers. Ba re founa o bolela le Alfred mo founung ba o fa reference number, your problem is not resolved. We have we are opening all walk-in centers. Gore motho wa kgone ho tsena o thushe ke home body, because batho ba bagolo le batho ba ileng motlhomongwe a ba kgona ho ya sekolong a ba kgone ho bala. Alfred a kgone ho ba thusha, because you must comprehend, tshwantse o kwešiša gore Alfred o reng, mara go bolela le motho o mo lebeletše o kgona mo tlhalosetša bothata bja gago, ra kgona ho rarolla bothata bja gago. Mara re eme mo fela, go na le batho mo motho wa ka ema ra mo kopa ai nna ke report-ile o tshwere di-reference number tse 7 le ka tšeko ga ona motho wa o thusitseng. Part of the problem is what we call the capacity, gore ga ona bašomedi bašomi ba e leng gore ba lekane ko Eskom walk-in centers. Re tšere sephetho with the new board gore re tlo oketša batho in those walk-in centers so that we are able to resolve these problems going forward. Then go na le bothata bjo bongwe, a ke re na le batho ba bang ba le connectelang ke batho ba mmušo, then re ba tshwara ka mo masaideng re ba patela ka mothoko. That problem it tlo nyatša lenaneo le la rena. A re no ke tla o connectela sputa o ska wa ra mphe fela 50 rand 5 not o tla ba sharp. But you are putting pressure on the entire network. For these people to succeed, ditsotsitse batho ba utswa gore ba kgone ho kwela pele, ba kgona ho kwela pele because rena re ba patela. So I'm saying tlogelang batho ba, we are going to resolve this problem with you. Now e re ke rumenta ba ka gore re tlo tsena mo maregeng a re nya gore batho ba borena. So ke rile Gauteng ka bo parapara bothata bja bona e ka re tšea until October, not here mo a ke bolele ka October. In the next 6 weeks we can resolve this problem. Hele ka re dumella gore re tsene ape nka ema mo ka le botsa gore yo fela ka bošio tla be ke le botsa maaka ke nyaka go le botsa nnete le re fast ke April, May, just beginning of June, I'm sorry, not July, would have resolved it. Of course, he can resolve. Who told me to play it before? The last one will be around June. The other areas will see it early. So I am not here with Jamaka. Ke mo go shumishana le lena go rarolla bothata. Ke le tlhaloseditse gore ge re ka tshwarana, this thing can be even earlier. That's what the team was saying. If community bereka le rena, We'll deploy all the resources. Re tla tlisha bontši bja dikontraka le bašomedi ba Eskom re rarolle bothata bjo. Ka pela mara ke re the worst case scenario is June, which is the next 6 to 7 weeks. But I'm saying other areas you will see it early. It tla tla ka pela. Mara in the whole area it will take us that period of time. It tlo kgonagala fela ge re ka šomišana mmogo. He le ka bona mo e leng gore go na le ntho e le ra le kwane le yona. Don't stop Eskom. Bulela le committee, bulela le ward councillor, we have agreed re kwane gore tlo šomišana bjang because gona dilo tše e le gore di ka ba di diragala di sa diragale se mmušo. You have every right to stand up. Mara re botse gore ke strata sefe ke address efe so that we resolve this. Ke nyaka go ruma taba ka gore all these 4 things, load shedding, dintlo tše e le gore a senke di humane motlagase, load reduction, le taba ya cost of electricity. Hele ka di lebelela dilo tše di gatelela thata batho ba batsho, di gatelela thata batho ba e leng gore ga bana sa bona, di gatelela thata batho ba e leng gore ba go di townships and villages. And that's the tragedy of this situation. Or your government that you have elected about 32 years ago, even today, and that's why we tell the Premier Lisufi. For the global edition, really Hammanskraal will resolve it in the next few weeks. 6 to 7 weeks. But there are other areas, I think around January or February of next year. Because for the area in jail, we must redo the entire network. Redo the entire network. We must rechange the new wires, the new poles, we must do completely refurbishment of the network. Not here. More outlook we read the entire network. There are isolated areas. As we roll out the smart meters, and in that way, this thing ya load reduction can try at least in this ward 8, ward 74, and ward 75. There are other areas what is the problem here? The biggest problem in these 3 wards, Eskom bashumi ba tla banya ka ulukisha re ya ba emisha. Ke a le khopela tswetswe ka boikokobetso le tlhompho. A re shumishane mmogo so that we resolve this thing ya load reduction. Gore bana ba kgone ya sekolong e ba bua sekolong ba kgone ira di homework. Re kgone o apiela bana, re kgone o dira dilo tša rena tša o tshwana le batho ba bang tše ba di dirang in all other areas. So re ka tshwarana mmogo re tlo kgona go rarolla bothata. Ke a leboa badudi. Thank you.
Ke gopela re bethe matso hape. Then re tlilo boledisana le lona ya no. Re tseya di question di inputs go tlaleletsa se minister na se bolelang le o batla clarity. Or minister no reng mola because of a ke tlhaloganya. Then ke tlilo tseya matsogo a 10 a ntla. Ke tseya 5 ka mo, ke tseya 5 ka mo. Le tla mo hare mo go biditse o tla mo hare mo. Then ra bolela ha re fetsa ke ta pele tla araba ya responda. Then ona le need ya o tswela pele re tswela pele. A ke re bagolo. Ra utlwana ke re. Okay, 5 ka mo. Emisa matso a ke re emisa matso ke a kgetha no. O ke tseya wena pele papa a re mo. Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4. E ke tsere bontate fela. Ke bontate fela ba mitseng ka mona bo mme ka. Etla. Ke tloboa. Ke tloboa. Ke 5 ne? Le 5. Or ke 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 5 come on. Okay, come on 5. Okay. It's a mom. It's a mom. The bujo doesn't round, doesn't like a second round. number 3, number 4, number 5. O tla tsena morao. Wena le motho wa ka mola le tla tsena morao. Second round. Yo winner, Chiefs. O tlo tsena. Re ba ba 10 akere. Then ra ikitsise gore ke nna mang ke nna kae, then re tsena ditabeng akere. Re ka ba fe he re ka re o bolele 3 minutes. 3 minutes, ne? 3, 2. Okay. Then there's an agreement with the meeting that re bolela 2 minutes. Okay. As a chair, give a decision 3 minutes. Shh. Decision 3 minutes. Yeah, how can you do medicine to lose it? O tlo berekisa pila 3 minutes how? Then o no re itse le bitso la re khono kwa la re ke ma bolelang. Then re tsene ditabeng o ka thoma ka number 1.
Dumelang bagaetso. Dumelang bagaetso. Nna ke nna Thapedi Tlhapane. Ke tswa ko Harankua. Ke utlwetse gore go na le kopano ke tsere matsapa o tla. Re minister re na le bothata ba gore re itsa re le direct excom buyers me re bona re appeara mo lenanegong la Tshwane la load reduction ne re kopa karabo fo teng fo re ne re kopa gore re santse re lebile mo minister kgang e o e buileng fa entle tota ga o ka itlisa ko Harankua ka gonne ko Harankua e ke tere lebetso mo Tshwane o utlwelle di buitso tsotlhe ge di bua ka makeišene a Tshwane ga ba ba le Harankua re gana go nna bana ba ba lebetsweng Eskom e na le tetla ya go upgrade infrastructure ya yone ene re dumelana le kgang eo mme re frustrata ko gore ba simolle project e be tseya forever e sa kgaolwe ka dikumana tse khutshwane ba fetse a phase ba tla ba latele ke e nngwe ba tsele batho di metera for a long time ka gonne go na le diphoso tse di iragetseng ne re a ba fiwe material ko depot ba kgone go re fa service Minister ya ka baagi ba naga e re tle re lebelle dikgang le go buisa re elelwa gore re na le the best coal in the world and coal ya rona ya tsamaya go ka etela Richards Bay o bona dikepe tse ntsi di letetse go tsaya malatlha rona le a ko Barberton mme rona be re bana le di load shedding le di load reduction re kopa re tlhalosetse gore malatlha a tsamaya yang ke a leboga
Kal dumedisa baba tswaleng ka lina la ka ke nna Hebetlolan one of the residents tsa ona mo unity na ke na le concern ka di smart meter concern ya ka ko hore as na ke o mongwe ba setse ba stented problem ko hore ke sokodisa go reka mabone ana change to econon rexetsa mabone a smart meter ke except ko engine garage and ko Rockville it's a challenge number 1 and then ya bobedi hona le plan ya hore he roll out he tom ya smart meter le rena ba re loketseng last year ke loketse last year ka June bo di change so a ke tlhalwanyo le baka ke because since it is the same and then ya boraro concern core
The smart meters, are this one like this year, January, le bar tlhalosetsa tsona ka bar hona le tse ding ke di 60 tse ding ke di 20. And then how about 60 tshwantse o patele? Bjano concern ka go hore what if link really ke berekisa 60 lo theosa isetsa go 20 lo re nentse ke berekisa 60 e lo reng ha ke batla hape tshwantse ke ntshe 10,000 or more ka lebo.
Thobela badudi ba Hammanskraal, Unity, Temba, 5, 7, Scampane, Calduction. Hammago baetapele ba tlile mo go rena fa. Nna ke le modudi wa mo 7 ke Thabong Ngwenya. Ke tlo bolela legatong la gore ga go bolela ka illegal connection ba bolela ka go enrolla the smart meter. I'm one person o le gore le nna ke illegal connection. Firstly, I will say that le nna go mongwe wa dira illegal connection lebaka go gore ga ke bereke, number 1. And then mo ke dirileng illegal connection lebaka go ra ke bereke, number 1. Number 2, if ba itla go re be go gopela gore if ba tla ba re ba tlo lokela the smart meter, ba tlo lokela the smart meter go rena re dulang ba ile gore bontši ba rena ba re tšetše di metara ke nnete ba re tšetše di metara o ka tsena house to house o tlo kora go se di metara mo re dulang. So be ke re e be kgopelo gore be go ka ba jwang ge ile gore ba tlo lokela the smart meter di debt tsa rena ba di cancele. Ke kgopelo ya ka ke kgopela gore ga ba tlo lokela smart meter re kolta Eskom re filwe di file re dumelana ka gore ge ba lokela di smart meter di debt tsa rena di ba go 0 re thoma fase. Ke kgopelo ya ka ya ntlha. Ke lebisa go minister wa motlakase wa energy e le Kgoshintso Mr. Sputla. Ke kgopelo ya rena gore re kgopela gore ga ba tlo enrolla di smart meter ba cancele di debt tsa rena re thome from 0. Ke kgopelo ya ka gape ke kwele botlhokwa ka se se boletše ke premier Mr. Panyazal Swift gore ke poleke e 1 fela e transformer e thuntšeng e le gore go feditšwe tekano ya 2 weeks ga le mo transformer e sweleng gona Eskom ba tsebile ka yona go fetile tekano ya 2 weeks mo unit 5 mo di 65 ka mo khoneng transformer gana ka mo yo gana mo khoneng go bile le funeral go bolokilwe ka lefifi ubuntu bo mo kae botho bo mo kae go Eskom ba paletse lo katla even a councillor, none of them, even a councillor meant to be saying ga itse ka funeral eo including the transformer ke bolela kana ga itse, and he's a councillor of that place. I think ebile a itshwetse gore a ka tseba go iragalang o tla re premier bolela ka yona ka tšeko. We have 2 weeks, 3 weeks in fact. The councillor le na a tsebe selo ka yona go 85 buntu bo mo kae mo botho bo mo kae. If this was happening go Vulnerable or Wonder Park or wherever, 2 days it was enough for a fix that transformer. Imagine on a funeral like a moon now.
Yeah, or summarize as you conclude.
Okay, Kalabo. Excuse me. Kalabo. Karatol Zibishara, my councillor, Arona Harberekeli. Kalabo.
Ke le dumediseng baahi kaofela councillors minister o eme mo pela lona ke Soli Mwepi ke moagi wa gona mo extension 6 mo unity point tse pedi and le dipotso tse ke na leng tsona for the minister D2. One, kutlile ke busetse back to premier in his absentia o boletse taba ya di high mast lights tse long gore I've been staying more unity for over 12 years. Ngadi bitsa ka mabitso, Councillor Ntabise Ngwayitsi, Abut Katleho Waditsi. We've been complaining about those, the high last might still on to date. Eskom, ntse re kry-a di-excuse fela tsa gore ga gona di-parts re tla le kenya mo the next budget same thing you report bara ba reng tsa molo ka call. So if that being the case a ke bolelele fela for taba ya go na le load reduction under normal circumstances re na le problem ya gore di-apollo tsa mo unit D ha di bereke. The question is, how is ESCOM going to resolve that problem without telling us every year in, year out, hore bona ba shota di parts? Hezi di parts kam khobeletseng minister ke taba ya hore manpower. Number one. Number two, le boletsa peka taba di transform. There's a couple of transformers of one, there's one Komagubela street. Mo block ke nna mo yona. Leona, for the past 8 years, I can take out the reference numbers. Even the last meeting, or in Lona, hona ka mo this very same hall. Can see those reference numbers. To date, it's exposed. He pula ena transformer e atima. He ona le di pay for transformer e atima. Scrupulous from same fat at this precise moment re bolela so. Go nne ntse re complain ka yona in terms of safety, in terms of when will it be fixed. So how are we supposed to have confidence for Utlile as a head of ESCOM? Dititlobo tsa rona di tlo arabega. Ke a leboga.
Dumelang bagolo, leina ke Tebogo Rapodile, ke nna ka gona mo unity.
Bia maiki mo molomong so.
Okay, leina la ka ke Tebogo Rapodile, ke nna gona mo unity. Ke batla go botsisa minister o bolela ka rollout plan ya go installa di smart meter. In terms of previously we had a meeting, we asked officials ESCOM gore did you do your audit on the ground so that you know exactly what you are dealing with? And then he failed to answer. How many conventions, smart meters, how many split, how many smart meters in that the and then the current one. And then it does not make sense what's smart meter over sensor because of you want to install something new and then say trepa the transformer if on a legal connection. To you, Minister. You must go and make sure that the infrastructure is well maintained before it's inside the smart meter. I don't see the point that and then the line they are not affected by load reduction. Those are the reason why. Honali informal settlement, they are connected. Imagine an official of ESCOM connected from Steng Vate, Marbamo. On a daily basis. So I plead with you, or regularly, I'm one of those people who stopped them. You know why I stopped them? The guy at them. An official ESCOM, you are going to suffer the consequences, and you get to make sure you get to team on a constant day. And then also here, Yahoo team, and then I just want to say thank you for Utile. We wrote several emails to your office. We were told to contact Fortune Matabate 2024. Never came through to us because of Motona Bolele Daniel Sodis. Hebokatlo took over, it was because of we were told Regaso Konu resolve the matter 2024-2025. So the minister, I plead with you, on the ground, the ESCOM officials, they must make sure that they do audit. I will task you, you go there. Why is stopping because of there is a plant. I said that. Plant they are suffering, infrastructure they are suffering, it's a load reduction. So Rakopela, schedule for 3 years. And then for 3 hours, for 4 hours. It does not make sense. So Ragoba, le premier. Now most of the time, Western Cape, there is a load reduction there. Unless we report to your mark. The reason why I'm saying this, how can we suffer whereas the most important plant, Yago Cape Town, Madiba, right to the supplier outside countries, they are not struggling in load reduction. Why are we struggling in load reduction? Is it because of we are feeding them and then bona bapatela who fit arena? So now, Rebuliso got the feeder, the transformers are the best time. I say one fail. And then the one thing that I will tell you, Minister. One thing that I will tell you, Minister, really walk around today, And I picked up that one, Elira, the work around, so that battle is like Baira Mere Gomopela how. She substation him. So me check out where Halangayo. And then you come back to us. We are not saying no to smart meters, but we are saying a proper channel must be addressed. Bulletin, we sit parliament. Bible says, do you have resources? I remember, I can even read it. You know it. October last year. You have resources to cap this whole thing. You are still going to look for the system in a solving issue or eating na system. Because of it is pointless for us to say, yes, the transformer do a. You understand? So naga kopela before inside the smart meter, deal with illegal connections first. The informal settlement they must be dealt with, but fewer proper electricity because of Rasafara Gabon. Are you aware of area? Unit D Iliwan, Barareg, the elites of them all. I'm sorry to say this. My police, the pensioners, and my teachers, the advocates, and they are here. They are buying. And then show me the mama go almost 800 houses, 190 conventions, and then we are paying. But the Bapala Kuhirang could link at those things. So Naga go, Bafela Horing. Rent some load reduction for credit route with Semonade. Hawane Fela, route Monate, and work on those things and then come back.
Thank you.
Alala ba akhi alala. Ya naka libiso ke nna Jeanette Rakgetse ko Ward 74. Naka libiso ke nna Jeanette Rakgetse ko Ward 74 ko Sekolong Street. Na minister bothata ba ka ke load reduction ya 4 hours. Ko e wente na ho feta dilo tsotlhe. More especially ya from 5 o'clock. Ke gore a ke rate ebile crane e wisitse mabone a rena mo strateng batho ba kgonne o tseya le cable because ne ile ko tlase re reportile ko Eskom ha ya attenda the problem le hona ya nong dithapotsela di ko tlase ba kana ba tseya dithapotsela tsotlhe because sale di wisa ke crane ya e role diteng so ke tumeletse hore minister o boletse hore le tlo hira batho. I'm happy ka taba eo. Se sengwe hape batho ba Eskom ba kgona o tseya di meter box ne ke ira boikuela mo community ya rona tlohelang dilo tsa moshashasha le reka le fa batho ba Eskom le sena mabone and then ba le fa di meter box tsa ko breads immediately he ba bona ao asna a senyega ba to find out hore meter box o tsere kae and then o palla go tlhalosa hore meter box o tsere kae if una le problem a re reporteng ko Eskom. Lastly ke batla re Ramokgopa ke a leboga ka mabone a ma free a na ra kreang haisale batho eno ba hore batho ba ignorant batho ba ke le ba re go registeriwe mabona na re tlhako event cancer go di social working ke mo re ile ra kra free electricity and I'm very happy dio tse di pila a re di boleleng. I'm very happy because ho sa tla tse dingwe hape tse di free ke itumeletse ona taba eo ka lebo.
Ke rata ho dumedisa phirimaneng ya letsatsi ke a bona phirimaneng ya letsatsi ke rata ho dumedisa premier wa rona ke ka boitumelo go ba le wena tsatsing la kajeko. Ntate Ramokgopa re a leboga go ba teng ha hao kajeko. The ward councillors ke tshepa le utlweletse le lo dira tiro ya lona ka manontlhotlho mo nakonyaneng e nyane e setseng ya lona. Number 1 ke na le question mo load reduction. Load reduction e re nang le yona ke semaka mo go rona re le baagi ba unity ke tlo ipolela ko morao re ke nna mang ke a itse gore ba bang ba re ke mang wa bolelang. Load reduction e re nang le yona metse e mabapi ke nna mo unity ke mo Darling Street metse e mabapi le mo go rona ga ena load reduction ke Majaneng ke wa re ke Mangu Ashumo ke Chris Hane ke Rockville Ashu Omommo le yena hana o na le mabone rena ha rena mabone for 4 hours go diragala eng ka unity ene ra reka mabone di buitse ding setse di buile ha ke tlo hatella mo godimo ga tsona ha ke tlo ya thata mo yona. Number 2, smart meter le dirile go le kanang kang go bona gore smart meter ka mogole se tlhalosang ka teng gore se tlo re berekela se tlo kgona go bona gore ke bo mang ba rekang ke bo mang ba sa rekeng. Re irile deregistration a year or 2 years ago. Re tloga mo KRN1 re tsena mo KRN2 eo ke e bontshitse gore ke sho gore schedule sa bontsha gore ke mang wa rekang ke ma wa sa rekeng. Last nako e ntate Munyama was here from Eskom o boletse ha re o lebetse laptop go gae akere o re boleletsa re o lebetse laptop go gae mabitso a teng fo and then ho kaone e le rona re tlang go bone re ba bolella whereas bona ba itse tiro ya bona ba khona bona batho bao so ho pala eng gona byanong gore le ka lukitla bothata bo boleng teng bo before smart meter e re fitlela ene di transformer hape tse di thunyang tse di imelegang ka he le tlhaloso re di imelega tse di imelegetsang tseo population e leng teng e na le growth is a lot of growth ya population e re na le yona gona byanong le dirile eng he le bona gore metsi ya gola gore le kgone go thusa di transformer tse ke a leboga. Okay, for the last time libitso la ka ke Gloria Lehutso ke nna mo unity ka Darling Street. Thank you.
Ka di dumedisa botlhe wa yeme mo ke Masigo ke metse Ward 74 question ya ka ke taba ya electricity pole. I don't think ba ibuletse ka eo rena dipala tsa rena ke tsa khale re reporta ka dipala especially hot ya rena ke khale ne ke khopela hore before le re tsentshetsa di smart meters re fite mo yona ya dipala ke a kopa ene ke kopa hore le re botsa hore e tlo fixiwa neng and then le re botseng a clear timeline. Thank you.
Hala Hammanskraal, halala. Fotsek Afrifara fotsek. Era le boa. Wa bolela moke. Ya, wa bolela moke Thabo Tsesane. Ke malum Dlesa under councillor my councillor da Mashapa. Ya, nna ke tlo bolela ka hore mo dipoloto le bolela ka di residents ka di household hona le maburu a bo AfriForum matopana a tletse mo dipolotong a kena di PR tse ding PR councillors tse ding re ira di oversight visit or site visit maburu a ba patele mabone di cable tse di yang kwa di berekisa metsi ing mo dipolotong ba berekisa metsi a mantshi ba lema ba ira di tsotlhe aba berekisi aba reke mabona ba irisile so re kopela tshwane councillor Mashapa re kopela tshwane ka re atima lo timela maburu those racist le ditimele tsotlhe tsela di leng mo and then ya bobedi kortabe ya lena o founela Mpumalanga ba re banya ka di reference ha e bereke so ke nahana re Eskom ya Hammanskraal santso re founela na ka di reference ko kanana kona le bohodi ba khaola di thapo tsa batho so re khopela through you minister le ba subsidize batho bao khotsa se bona ba te khaoletseng di thapo because of crime then engwe ya borapelo re na dio tsa ba reng di IPP independent power producers re na le di solar energy re na le di wind energy akere so ke na no re mokoni ya le palla ntho ya pala ka re ya gana a re berekiseng di solar di na le 30% mo Eskom a re berekiseng wind energy then re thuseng cause the informal settlement tse di a oketsega di a gola and ka mogodi gola a ona any contingency plans o ya hore re ka ira bjang ka re ya gola so ha re ka ira ka mokho ra berekisa di solar ra berekisa di wind solar ra ya ko maburung ra ba kgaolela dilo di tla ba shapa manda away to down with South Forum down.
Mara wena fighter Thabo aka okay Tamara niki mukhethile ntato o ka re ne ke sa mokhetha ne o tsene ne mara tshotse le nthuse mos fighter Thabo ne ke sa mokhetha o no ti tsentshitse ma ti swametse
dumela
ai o ropa ntate Thabo le ka tswela pele ntate
ke morata bolela mo dibakwana ke mo ke mo Themba ke re la ka mabono of course ya le dilo tse ntshitse tsa mo Hammanskraal mo Themba tse sa lokeng right now ke ba tlo bolela gore maloba no go ilwe mo Eskom mo di office mo ke re minister o tla mpotsa gore bothata bo wa e tsotsa le boetsagale ke a lebala so okay gore ha go ilwe mo le ba re what ke tswa ko 74 ba re what 74 60% ai patele mabo 40% e patela mabo mare banong rena re patela mabone re shwa ka baka la 60% ka patele mabone why tshwantsane go bebya ke lebisa my question to the minister gore the 40% ke rena we are paying now 60% ai patele mara safari rena le mebereko e tsagala mo baneng ba rena manyalo di graduation and everything but a re khone go ba serve ka mo gae because of mabonate because ba re de re patela ba re no 74 ya kolota ai patele re sokotse ka ntse ngata mo man Themba batho ba mo Hammanskraal a re tsosema because le mayor e tlile mo le minister ya metsi e tlile mo nothing e etsagalang till today a go etsagale selo ke makala gore why le dilo re tere re fa metsi ba di hafutsa re sa kry metsi enough gore lot of things mara mo di township tse ke di tsa Pretoria all those townships a di sa fara tshwana le rena mo never because of balwa ba konopa le tlapa ba blocka di tsela ba nyaka dilo tsa bona di etsagale but only us in Hammanskraal re magwala man so no but ke gopola the late Winnie Mandela a re ntho e ka le thusang a botsa the South Africans gore le tlapa ke lona le berekang le ka le etsetsang gore dilo tsa lena di bereke but ke re a ke itse gore tla addressa this thing ya 60% le 40%. Okay, thank you.
Papa ba re ke mang ka leina le lebetse gore botsa gore le nna ko ka le bitso ke mang re itse gore le nna Themba a re ke mang Morake ntate Morake
ba re moja Morake khosi ra re ke feleletsa tse tsotlhe ya nna ke rata dumedisa bagolo ke dumedisa le phuthego okay se kana le phuthego sorry ke dumedisa le setšhaba sa rona ne sa Hammanskraal ke se dumedisa ka lebitso la Jesu amen nna ke tlo emela informal ne le illegal settlement kutlweletsa hona wa eme mo a rotlhako teng nna ke tlhako illegal settlement so ke tlilo ba bolelela because of rona ke khale re le ka go tseya tsela e right ne ho rire dilo even if re go illegal so ne ke batlo itse gore ka re kutlwile ba re everybody mo South Africa hona bana o tlo ba le electricity ne ke batlo itse gore informally gore ba hatelle gore informally illegal settlement ana le rona ra wela mo 6 weeks e poletseng ena ne cause ke boledisa ke gore I know the danger ya illegal electricity na yes I'm proud to say a go berekisi because I know the danger ne ke na le bana but ha re tshwane hona le motho mo go fila gore ka ntle le motlakasa ka se khone go phela so that is why ba ira those connections I'm not saying what they are right because le nna my life is in danger cause ke na le bona but they feel gore ba ka se khone ka ntle le motlakasa so I understand where they come from So ne ke batla ho itse fela from lona hore le rona ra wela mo 6 weeks eo nang, and then le hore re se byang hore this time le tlo tla la re thusana, because ke khale re le ko ngwala ke khale ho boleliwa le rona but ke dilo tse di tshitsa ba di buletseng tse e leng hore I think re di bone. So ke question e ke nang le yona eo. Ke a leboga.
Okay. Ke tsia the last round ne. Mara ke thoma ka wena pele doctor. Etla doctor. Le bojotswile. No. A ke re ke nna ke tsia matso ka seng khapeletse re ke tsia matso. Le bojwa ke number 2. Then mo le ba bantshi mo. O kae? Etla number 3. Okay, o ka rotla e dibala o sa bolela etla papa. Wena ka skipa se brown. Number bokae? Number 4. A ke rona le chiefs mo. Number 5. Itla nga bobedi wena le wena papa etla. Etla le wena. A ke ra se wena papa mo. Ira o sebele ro batlo reng ntato, ira o sebele ro batlo reng. Ntato la o sebele ro batlo ro fitise message mo fe. Etla. Ka mo etla papa. Ka bobedi ba lene etla. Etla aus. Etla aus. Etla but. Yeah. Etla mam. Ako. Okay. Ke feditse. Okay. Re etsa 2 minutes. A re boeletse question ne. Ge ba boletse ka something a o se boeletse. Tsena doctor. Shh. Start doctor.
Dumelang le kae? Ya. Amanda! Mata! Danke. Ntate Ramokgopa. Ke utlwile ntse le bolela ka issue e. Ya hore go na le di-legal connections. Ne ke khopela le lebelle thata a ke re batho ne ba nna ko di-RDP from khale. So di-RDP tsela di felletsa capacity ya tsona go ahiwa ka mo hara dijarata. And then go ahiwa bjana ntlu ya hola, consumption ya electricity ya godimo, ne khopela le lebelleng taba e. And then engwe hape ke ya bahiri ba re ba hirisetsang ba krem ba ira diphaza ka mara di-shop ka mara dijarata. So tlhokomelang batho ba berekisa fridge, ba berekisa ke dilo tse dintsi di-stofo ba apea ba tlhapa. So o kry-a ka mara ntlo go nna batho ba 30. So tlhokomelang taba eo e tlo ba le bothata ba consumption ya electricity. And then ho na le engwe ke batlang go ithatchang, nna ne ke khopela ke ka mo ha o kenya go tswa mo tseleng. Ntate Ramokgopa e ska be le hore ntho e le e berekisa platform e ya hore because ho na le ntho engwe ba re ke chaos there order. You cause chaos so that you can have order at the end of the day. Le ska be le ro karikana e ke a re latlhela ka mara di vote. Hore ro voutela mokhatlo o le mona mara ke nya go tsena mo thata. Manda!
Dumelang. Kgotsong. Ra leboha minister. Ra o dumedisha le phutheho ya gago. Batswadi ke Thami Mthethwa ke nna ke belegwe mo Majaneng. Ke rentile mo Manyeledi. Known as Lebojwa. Sale ke fa ke minister a lebitswe la ke tsoro wa mara ke tla mmotsisa ka tjena. Batswadi ke nyaka re face reality re tlole ho ya kwa lekwa because ra bolela mara re nyaka solution. And a solution is simple. Minister, ntho sentseng dilo tse ntšhi mo ke GNU. Ntho sentseng dilo tse ntšhi tse re le mo tsona he re tla ko morago kwa ka mokgwa e ANC ne ntse ne e rana dilo ka teng ne ntse ne re sena di-problem tse ntšhi so and ntho e nngwe gape sentseng nkutlwelele ntho e nngwe gape nkutlwelele a ke re ne le bolela re lutlweletse nkutlwelele ntho e nngwe sentseng dilo tse ntšhi tse ke mapakistani a tletseng mo ba ba goga mello e le gore a ba patele mollo that's why ka tseno ba tswaletse dishopo tse tsotlhe tse ga ba teng gona bjanong ba tswaletse that is the problem and then minister ntho e nngwe gape e tshwenyang kore go no bolela nnete dilo tse ntšhi before Katlego a take this matter di-councellors tse le gore tsa previous le tsa gona bjanong tsa auto e they should have done better than Katlego a irileng ka teng because of dilo tse ba di itse they are in government now they can do whatever they want to do gore ditiro di tle mo bathong ba bantsho why Hammanskraal every time e go morago Hammanskraal everything e tla ka mo morago kore ke dilo tse ntšhi tsa mo Hammanskraal and gona ganong go iwa dikgethong motho mongwe le mongwe o tla ba nyaka o tla tlo re botse gore no gore motlakase o tle eng brink o tla ba tlile a tlo bolela maaka mang o tla ba tlile o bolela ministera load reduction mo unity why e le teng motlakase o tsamaya ka mo tlase because mo unity mo ke na le ngwana le nna go na le ntato mongwe ba re ke Queenina minister if you can go now ke line outline o hema ka electricity o berekisa that and it's very sad he load reduction e tlo tsamaya ka 5 e bua ka 10 na re ntatola wa modimo o la le reng ka ena if maybe o nya go berekela community mara at the same time the very same community that you want them to elect you are making them to suffer what is that mara re ka le lengwe la matsatsi modimo tla ra a kenya go bolela dilo tse ntšhi ke a leboa minister
ya o latelang okay before le bolela ma
Joel.
sorry before le bolela ba re go na le truck ya Eskom mo ntle mola if o na le issue e o batlang gore ba o thuse ka yona no kutlele ke kopa le utlwele a rutlele then e offer customer service mo ntle mola if o na le issue ke kopa re mo truckeng mola ke re a se rena bo botlhe ba rena le mathata o ka tswa ka setua ya mo truckeng mola o ka tswela pele ma ya thoma mama
Re a lotšha ke ba tsebang Thabeleng Tshidi ke president ya botho ba rena Civil and Black Nationalist Rights Forum minister re lebogela le tlile ke kgopela go bolela ka taba ya indigent minister mogolo wa bakgekolo ga o lekane bakgekolo ba rena ba sotlega a ba je selo and he le electricity mogolo wa bona o fella mo electricity ke kwele o re o nyaka go prioritize issue ya indigent and wa bolela le ka di disadvantages tse leng gore the city high performing towards go ya ka ka gona and mo ke ema le wena thui ka gore re le ba botho ba rena re na le di especially tse re di kry-ang from batho ba bagolo bagodi ba lla ka gore ba bolaya ke rente and ke bona ba le loyal ka o patela rente let's be fair and ge ba patela rente so tšhelete tša bona tša medende ka moka di felela gona moo go ba botšiša gore kgane koko nkane le sa ngwadiše gore lena le kgone o kry-a ela ya maala ba re aowa ba lebeletse gore bana ba rena ba šoma bea le minister rena re ka šoma ba re batswadi kgale re ba lesitše re dula ka metseng ya rena a ke kwešiše gore why mma a tshwanetse a sokolle gore nna ke šoma gabotse mola e le gore nna ke dula ka motsene wa ka that's number one ke kgopelang gore e lebeleliwe kudu batho ba kgale ba tliša ke maburo ba ka se tlo re ba voutetse lena ene ke bona ba le voutela nna a re le voutele re ya go le botša nnete a re le voutele re le voutela ke bona bakgekolo le basotlang re kgobela hore le ba lokišetše. And if wa pala, botho ba rena it's available to the city to submit a database ya bakgekolo ba ballang. We are ready to do that so that we can fast track process. Because re nyako bona bokoko le tšheletenyana e le ba fileng yona e ba irela dilo tše betere. And then secondly, o boletse ka an opportunity ya employment. Motokwa is kgobela hore le ntwisisene a ke lwele re ka batho ba mokgatlo wa lena ka re vouta ka moka mara tšhelete ya bolena e ne e matho re lapisitše ko re bane le matho. And then ye e ya ko Eskom for the past since 2018 or no 2016 go na le pala ka mo Rockville e ka morago ga Makhetsi go ya towards kerekela ya Masione o tsene ka junction ya Makhetsi ke pole ya mathomo e rwele transformer e robaletse ka ra motse wa motho. And we've been reporting that pole from 2017. It's been like that to date. And ebile gona bjale e joinile ke ya bobedi go tena to your left o ya mo parking le yona ela e roballetse mo gare ga tsela. And re bone maloba mo kana kwa diturupo gore batho ba ratile ke motlakase ka mo ga re nyako e bona gabedi ntwele. Re kgopela gore Eskom ya rena nke le re feng dignity le re feng service o tshwana le ka mo Golidiang ka mo east of Pretoria le ka mo Sandton le rena re batho travel ya lebo.
Thobela ka moka a re lo tšhembagolo ka moka ke atamiša le nna lebitso ke Patrick Shikwane Ledwaba ke dula ona mo Ward 75 Unit 7 ke leboge ka moka ke tamiše le ena motlotlehi minister Dr. Khosientshora Mokgopa le bo botlhe bagolo ba rena MMC Mr. Franz Bushielo di councilor ka moka nna se ke tlo se bollang gore ba bantši ba boletse I'm partially covered ka tse dingwe se ke tlo se kopang fela ko gore taba tsa o tshwana le tsona tse a di ske di a emela di gole go na le dilo tse dingwe di thomile le tse nyane nkebe di solvilwe kgale. And then ke tlo kopa minister through you I don't know maybe official and I tla fana ka directive because go na le issue ya batho principle batho pele principle I get government government of the people for the people by the people. And then asore batho ka moka ba le mo pele mo ba tseba o phala rena re le mmo ke ka ho letla hore na le nyaka o shumisana le rena mmogo mara go twe menyako e bulegile ga re tla ke tlo kopa ke tlo e bolela e ska ba talk show ka mokgoboletseng ka gona it must be put on record gore re kgone le tshwala accountable ka lebaka la gore dilo di irahetse batho ba tse ha re bola dilo tse dingwe go na le dilo tse dingwe di nyaka technical expertise ba bangwe re na le yona ba bangwe ba kwešiše le bolela mo because nna re kwešišitse gore le bolela ka solution le boletse ka the cause le boletse ka everything le gore re ka lokisa bjang go ya kgonagala is possible ga re šomisana mmogo mara ya bjale bothata ke gore ga re itla ba bangwe go na le o mo my brother o boletse ka IPP mo a bolela ka di-solar ya letšatši a bolela ka ya di-windmill and so on. But ga re tla go governmenteng gore re tle re etse triple P public private partnership go na le ba re thibelelwang menyako because go ya lebelelwa gore wena o mang o tswa kae a ke batlo bolela tše ntši tsa dipolotiki re mokgatlho mofe mara sa mathomo o sa lebelelwa batho go lebelelwa gore na re ka ja bjang rena a re se rena ba o ja bjang kore setšhaba sa rena se thušiwa bjang gobane batho ba na le mandate so a re dumeleleng gore ga re tla re tla le solution gore ka thušana bjang a menyako e bulega go se ka ba mo fela re boletse mo ga le tswa mo di-phone number bele gore no di-email a di sa rabiwa di-phone number a di sa rabiwa ga re tla ko di-officing menyako e tswaletswe ke kopo yaka eo ke kopang gore a e bele gore ntho e re ithomile a inapile e sepele ka ona mošita oo seke ka re ga ke tla a ke re ke governance mo a se mokgatlho mo rileng so that's why re sa apara di-regalia re tlile mo re tseba re tlile for governance everyone o le mo o na le right ya go bolela as modudi wa pleke e so ke se ne ke se kopa fela gore a o be bjalo ga o be le accessibility re tle ko lena re thušane le lena ba re na le thušo e re ka tlang ka yona go thuša bothata ba re na le bone ke a leboga
Re a leboga. A dumelang kwana. Yeah.
Dumelang bahaitso, Minister. I'd like to boldly say, hore, ke Kauhelo Mokoka, mo Ward 75. I would like to boldly say, hore, we are here because of your babereki ba hao, baba incompetent. We are here because re tsena di meeting, we ask for people moto utla batho ba ko unity ba batla Eskom officials hutla moto asa itseng o itlhalosa lo te presenter. Then we end up having you or utla tlhalosa ntwe nkebe e tlhalositse ke, for instance, Tate Motshweni. I'm just making an example. So we are here because of that. People are incompetent. Secondly, ubuile ka issue ya who bula di centers, the help, the working centers. Ke khopela hore nna I would boldly ke khopela mmereko wa ho ruta batho etiquette ya ho bereka le batho. Etiquette ya ho bereka le batho. Ho ya go Eskom o thusa ke ma security. Ma security se tseli di Eskom workers. Yet people are roaming around ka di vene tsa hao. Capacitate whoever you are hiring. Capacitate them. Because re tla re nyaka mebereko re tshwere ke tlala mare once motho a kry-a mmereko o ka re o irela nna favor gore a nthuse. Capacitate those people. If our capacity rena ba bang, we are learned, we will help them. Ya bofelo ke re, you have made your presentation. Now ke kopa ho conclude the question tsa rena o le di remarks. Re kopa resolution. Where to from here? What's going to happen? Ke nana hore a ra tlela metsi le December. Re tletse solution e serious. Rena re ya meberekong ra sokola because a kenya go bolela issue ya metsi but motlakase it's something e leng hore it's very 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 pivotal. So moving forward, I think a lot was said. I just want to say, capacitate your people. I'm one of the people that would boldly stop Batuba Eskom because issue of the smart meter. We've mentioned it before. The problem was the approach. That's why people have a capacity. I don't want to say people are illiterate, but because the job specs are on. Now we must. Now and then, reba hopo tsoro ba tletseng. Nna ke wa le taere. He batho ba nyaka mataere. Ke a isa mataere. Because o tshentse ho be le chaos before motho a hopola hore kana ke ile interview ka ira 1 2 3 ka re nna ke tla bereka ka 1 2 3 1 2 3. Ba Motshweni re ba biditse bo sure strike re sa itse hore pele le morao ke kae. So re khopela hore when you conclude today's meeting, re khopa way forward. If was now maybe this sitting will say no, you can start as early as possible. But what was the resolution in that meeting?
Thank you, Bragatleo.
Dumelang. Ya nagina Elias Kegana ke mo Ward 75 mo unity. Ke clarity seeking question, Minister. Will say something very, very important. Ya hore soon, ba Hammanskraal tabe renale motlakase bo botle. Again, o bolela ka di smart meters. Now, o tlaisa hore di smart meters itse di tlo khona go thusa go detect hore who is not legally connected. Now my question is, clarity if somebody are connected direct from the pole, connected direct from illegal connections, connected direct from the pole into a shack, and then on a smart meter. Now, how are you going to detect connected and go direct from the pole illegally so o tlo dictate ka bjang gore motho o connectile illegal because the connection doesn't via the smart meter. Thank you so much.
Kgotso bagolo. Ya me e tlhamaletse ka tsela e so. Ke thome ka go ra mogala wa rena mo ke ra le wa mogala. Go ba o tlile fa. Re lebogela kgang ya gore o tlo bula di-offices tsa Eskom. O itse o ka re bagolo tabe le ka e phaphathela matsogo. Ya gore the office mo bo e bula. A re tlhele re tlo founela ko kae. Ebile the office mo yo kry-a batho ba maleba ba ba tlo berekang within the office ya. So kgopele ko re mogala e se ka re o re boditse so a ke so otle ne. Mari ya re ho sa he re ya ka mola ra kry-a bo o thilimfo a ke so otle, but I'm just saying ya re makatsa gore pula e tlile so mara e se ke be se ka re nela. Sa o fela ko gore ke hatelle di councillors guys mmereko o re dira mamotlha mo nke re sa o dirin fa lena nke le dira tiro lena ko di-warding please guys a ko mane ke make life in our wards. All the presentation done here now ebe di bereka ko di-warding then mo e le di finish up. That's my only appeal ke a leboga.
Just before pele ke lebetse lebitso papa lebitso la lona.
Okay, Paseka Thomas Mwatsi, Ward 75. Le Keiko.
Okay, ndade Paseka ne. Okay.
Nna ke bogatsi ke nna teng mo Ward 75 mo 182 Unit D. Nna ke batla go bua ka di-smart meters gonne di-smart meters kopisitse tlhogo thata. Ke o mongwe o ke tsentseng di-smart meters. Dilo tse tsa di-smart meters di a sokodisa ka gore ga e ka fela motlakase e gana go ga o ta gore o tsenya o mongwe wa gana. E ntshokodisitse go le gantsi ke ntse ke tsamaya tsela Eskom ke ya ko teng ko Eskom ke ba kopa gore ba nthusa gore motlakase sentle kante mo se o tsengwa ya le bone ba pallwa for 3 months ko bofelong ba ntha ba re nna ke notile motlakase ke ba ra ke notile motlakase yang di-smart meters ke tse le di tsentse motlakase o notilwe yang ba ntha ba re motlakase o notilwe ke a ko police station kwa ke re di affidavit tsa gore na ke a nota motlakase. Batho ba ko Eskom ba ntsha batho ba bone ba berekang ko Eskom gore ba ye go checka kontlu. Batho ba le baya 3 weeks moraga gore batho ba Eskom ba tle ba 3 weeks kwa bofelong ya nna ke ba ra ke le itse re ke a go nota motlakase ano la nkutwa ke a go nota motlakase ka re ha le khone sepe. It like it's now barayalo. Ke ke bona batho ba Eskom ba tsena ka divene tse pedi. Ba tshwere another 2 smart meters. Tsele di padile go pala. Ba tla ba ntsenyetsa tsone. Jaanong le tsone ya ka ke bua yana. 2 weeks sal ke rekile motlakase o gana o tsena. Jaanong ne ke re ntate kgosi e ntshwara mokgopa. Kopo ya ka mo go ena ke ha ke itse company irelang batho di smart meter. Gore a ikile tsama e ruta batho ba gore di bereka yang ka tlhaone ha re ya go bone ko Eskom kwa ha re krei thuso ga re thusege re matla go bolela gone gore o notile motlakase o ntse o sa o nota. And then kganyengwe ya bobedi ene go te re o lampolelle yone re o le are motlakase wa mo unit dimo ke motlakase o tsamayang ko tlase ha se o tsamayang ko godimo. Jaanong ha batho ba kgaotse metlakase ba gogile di-cable go tswa ko tlase kwa ha ba Eskom batla ba tla ba tsenya megala e tsamayang ko godimo
and then ke teng mo mathata a tlhagang teng mo batho ba ba notang ba kgwaketsa teng mo dipaleng tse di tsamayang ko godimo tse. And then mo strateng se le sa rona se se tona se se ka fa sele motlakase wa teng no ntse o tsamaya ko tlase dipontselelane di timane di sa timi gangwe le gape gone anong yana ba tsentse tsone diterata tse di tsamayang ko godimo tse batho ba latlhela diterata kwa o itlhela motlakase o trepile. So ke ipotsa gore ka re ba itlhetse motlakase o tsamaya ko tlase gore eng ba sa o tsamaisa ko tlase ko nne o tsamaya teng. And then le dipale tse tsa lona tsa Eskom tse tsa metlakase tse ga di a siama sentle ka gore tsotlhe di na le diphatlha mo gaufing. Nna nka le kopa gore gore le sa buile company e le direlang dipale gore bogolo diphatlha tsele di nne ko godimo ka re batho ba tlela ba eta ba khurumolola teng fa ba senya motlakase dipone be di tima gape be go nna poelo morago. Ke a leboga bagolo.
Okay, Arutani, na ki mohale Titus. Mona ke ema ka hoemela ke dula mo Tambo mo. So, bothata ba ka ntate Khosienzo. Ke na le kore nna gone ba no over age ke mo tendeng ho. So, ke ile ka ya kwa ko council. About twice, we submitted the form there and there.
Play nagari smart meter and what. Nazar bogologolo tsela di dira sentle. If I can say to Eskom people gore nna I'm satisfied about the old one, will I be wrong or not? Another point I wanted to ask as to whether these smart meters are being sold. They are rekisiwa. My point is in many years, it's Namabon. There is no light. So, no lately, I heard the principal Abulela Horoko Eskom Barishi must pay 5,000 rand to install the smart meter. So, I wanted to ask her, and a good Abuaka issue ya gore ya mathomo ke 6 watt engwe ke 6 watt. Is there tse ding tse di rekisiwang tse ding tse di sa rekisiwang? So kere to those old ones tse di re berekelang sentle, how about we continue ka tsona go sokoliwa ka tse tsa di meter tse ding di a duelwa tse ding ga di duelwe? Another point ke gore I would like to say to Katlego, be honest to yourself. Katlego, be honest to yourself. You know the reason why I'm saying this. I'm saying he must be honest to himself. But he must just be honest to himself. When I went activist, and I was shocked. Really? I don't think so. That's why he must be honest. He was I don't know what happened. But there was what Councillor, this lady, I saw her for the first time. You do nothing for us, Wayne. You do nothing. Absolutely, you are a check collector. I will say, that's why I'm saying he must be honest to himself. But you, obviously, the pothole, but you concrete the two body windscreen is about when you, I see you for the first time. I don't wish to be you, and I wish whenever you must disappear.
Dumelang baholo wa bolelang mo ke Malemathato o bolela la youth ya Ward 75 na ministera ne ke rata thata ho botsisa mo tabeng ya di solar panel cause I once heard mo ditabeng hore if ever o batla ho installa di solar or o batla ho dira a borehole you should pay first before o ka installa a borehole or wa installa di solar. So ne ke batla ho botsisa gore this thing is a continue na ya gore re patele or di tlo fiwa mahala na. And then happy, the second point, ke lebisa to ya load reduction. Re na le bothata rena baahi ba Unit D. As much as ba rena mo Unit D ha re ke mabone. Re na le Black Ash, ba re ke manyeleti. Manyeleti re na le bothata ka yona ho tloa from Rampi ho fihla to Mahalis, ho nna makula, of which ebila ifilwe Lina ibitsuwa Osama. I don't know hore manyeleti sa tlhele e ba le load reduction. It's all because of makula ona a patela more than rena as baduli ba manyeleti ba ba hiriseditse ba tswile metsi. Baduli ba manyeleti ha ba sa nna manyeleti ho nna makula. Manyeleti e rula ke makula. And then happy, there's Krizani. Krizani ho na le new settlement e bitswang Stompetsa. Stompetsa le yona ke engwe e leng gore a re tlhaloganye gore e goga mabone from ka mo Unit D or beyang, cause le re yona ra safara ka yona. Ke a leboga.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, residents of Hammanskraal. Can you hear me? My Lord, today I'm going to address you as my Lord because I believe you are the only person that can satisfy our needs in terms of electricity. Now, my question is one.
Ariska, retla tlhalosa, re tla ranolla o ra reng. Re tla translate, tswela pele ba.
My question is one, my Lord. Why us? Why us? Why are you leaving us behind? I can assume, or I can say, I know you if you don't know me, you are from Hammanskraal. There is no load reduction in Hammanskraal, my Lord. So good people, in life, we've got freedom of choice. In a freedom of choice, we've got needs. So our needs must be addressed to the Minister of Electricity because of we failed, ESCOM failed us. Okay, that's what. I'm an African, you are an African. No, I'm trying. Ke kopa re bueng. Reo Ramokgopa o tlile mo a tlo batla go itse dinyakwa tsa lena. Okay. So now, ge re mo fa dinyakwa tsa rena, let us not be racial. A re beng bana ba mmala wa sebilo, South Africans, because he's a minister in electricity who is in charge of electricity. And so this man, he needs us to assist because on the ground, he doesn't know what is happening. So now, coming back to him, I'm talking about smart meters. When I talk about smart meters, for me, it's like they want to close the gap of their debts. That's why today, some of the people bury the smart meters sabona adibereke basokon. Minister, like I'm saying now, I think you need to workshop some of the councillors because we are here because of you.
Okay.
You need to workshop them.
Ralewo. Mama ko ena o bofelo.
Dumelang baagi, nna ke nna Daphne Mosuwe ke tlha ko Rockville. Nna ke na le bothata le ESCOM. Since 2015, ke reporta metara wa ka o thotseng fela o itse tu ha ke reporter ba mpha di-references a ke itse ke tshwere tse kae ebile gona bjanong ke tswile pension still ke ntse ke lwa le Eskom ke founa ke irang ke itumetse thata he ba re di-gate di butsu tsa Eskom o ka ya wa yo bolela le bona face to face ka hobane mo nakong e fetileng ne re founa ba o fa reference o e tshwara go sa iragale selo nahana from 2015 ke na le bothata ke ntse ke reporta ke fuwa di-reference ke itumela thata ntate Ramokgopa he o tlile maybe go tleng ha hao rona ba bang re tla thusega le di-smart meter tsego maybe le rena di tla re tswela mosola ene sa bobedi ke hore rena ko Rockville kwale ho na le phate e nngwe ba na le mabone ho na le phate e nngwe ha rena mabone so ke nyako itse hore why phate e nngwe na le mabone e nngwe sna mabone ene sa bobedi re mo lefifing ditsela a di na mabone di-high mast ho bereka e one e sale e no didimala ke khale didimetse batho ba tshwariwe dipoo mo ditseleng ka gore distrata di le fifi di-high mast a di bereke nane ke re ditsebi tse ntšha tse ba di kentshitseng tse batho ba le ba jele tšhelete for mahala because di khabisitse fela diphoulo tse ka gobane basimane ba dinyaope go na le phatlha ntate mo buile mo ba ntsha dithapo mola because di ko tlase di-holes tsela tse di leng mo diphoulong ba ntsha dithapo mola and then a di bereke rena tse ntse di tsentshiwa tsona di-street light tse azange di a re berekela azange di a tšhuma so nane ke re diphoulo tsele tsa khale tsele tsa dikota tsela ke tsona tse ne di le right ka a ba boela mo system yona ela ya diphoulo tsele tsa dikota tsela ba re tšhumela ka tsona ba ba because tse tsona tse di-tender di no jele tšhelete mahala di a itsamaela di sa re irela selo nna ke kgopela gore metara ba re keng di-smart what tse le reng lo di kentsha please ke khale ke report ebile ke tswile tlhogo sale ke reporta tlho ya ka ile ntsho ebile ke mo pensioneng ke ntse ke reporta ke a leboga
re a leboga
Okay, no, ke tse sebaka se ke le leboe ka bontši ba lena e le kgonne go tlhaisa mmono wa lena le botsise dipotsiso ene ba bang ba lena ne ba tisa le ditšhišinyo tša gore re ka sebedisana bjang go ya ko pele ene ke le leboe le ntse for the duration of this meeting. I know gore wa fisa and then le na le mabaka a mang mare le ntse mo gore maybe just to start with the last question ke mone me Musue ba mo ise ko ntle ba ile mo thusa ne ke kgopela gore ba bana leng like bothata bo itseng bo bo amang bona not bothata ba kakaretso the reason why re tlile mo re tlile le boetapele ba Eskom the general manager wa the whole of Gauteng is here so ona problem e tlo mo pallang. So early director yanko tracking. I know your experience here, customer care, Eskom. It's not a good one. I say I like two so le talk. Mara neke kopa ka boikoko betso o ana le a specific problem. Ona le bo mmele bontate ba tlaisitse o rona le di pala di re le di transformer ibile nya ko wela le ka montlung. Ne kopa yo ko tracking ela will help you. Will make sure latest by Tuesday. So I'm saying here in public, these cameras. We will attend to those challenges. I'm sure the challenges just go outside, go tracking. The GM is here. For the record, I'm saying by Tuesday, cleverly attending these challenges. And then Kinyaka Warabatsa Kakaritso, Zedi Amamba Tukaufela. Sa mathomo maybe ko Ntate Kgapane from Ga-Rankuwa ke tlhalositse ene ke o Tlhapane kopa tshwarele ke le Kgapane ke hopotse botokwa, that's right. Ntate Tlhapane kopa tshwarele for misspeaking. So ke tlhalositse he ke thoma mo re attenda village by village, township by township. So I'm sure the challenges tsa ko Ga-Rankuwa tse Ntate Tlhapane a di tlhalositseng, they are not necessarily identical, di ka se tshwane le tsa mo hae. So re na le lenaneo la rena re utlwaneng ka lona for Tshwane. We'll come to Ga-Rankuwa ro ya ko Winterveld again, because mathata a teng a tshwane. For an example, I can't say ko batho ba Ga-Rankuwa hore re tlo e fedisa in the next 6 weeks. Maybe we might finish it in the next week or in the next 6 months. So we'll go to one area to the other. But I think Ntate Tlhapane a tlhalosang, his presence here ho ba ha teng ga ena mo meeting e no bontsha hore taba e nabile. That's the first thing. And the second thing hore maybe re na re le mmuso a re communicate a re bolele le setjhaba ka mokgwa o nyakahalang ka teng. Because if you get a feedback through whatever means, you would know how but I'm giving you my assurance that we'll come to those areas. So we'll attend each and every area. Deputy minister, but we'll attend each and every community. And then it's an important part. I am today for load reduction, but it would go for this thing here, load shedding. That is happening. Renale agrikele tlhaloseditse re mabone re ya ira ka o fetla malatla, so re fisa malatla. Let's for the moment re fetla malatla. Tate Tlhapane re batla mo kopane re na le load shedding, but there are trucks and cargos tse di tsang malatla ko Richards Bay di isa mafatsheng a mangwe. Why re na le load shedding mo la re na le malatla? Maybe a ka itlhalosa pila ko mathomong Tate Tlhapane. So the problem was never bothata ne se malatla. So it's like ore marra mo khopa re na le petrolo mara wa ikoli ya ka isa tsamai. It's because ha ra lokisa engine. So ne re sena bothata ba petrol, ne re sena bothata ba malatla, ne re na le bothata ba the actual engine. And that's why re khopetse that 252 billion rand gore re lokise this engine. Now that engine e lokile re khona o tsentsha that petrol koloi ya tsamai, and additional excess petrol can be exported. So ne se bothata ba malatla, ne le bothata ba the actual machines tse re di lokisitseng now Ntate Tlhapane, mara ke a leboa putsiso ya lena. And then to Bra Robert e tsamaisana le putsiso e mme Moipone kopa tshwarelo maka le aka krea sfani. My late mother will reprimand me. I don't address batho ba baholo ka first name. Kopa le ntumele mme Moipone kana sfani ke mang? Ha? Okay, so just a long and short, Bra Robert and I would say the question. No, the smart meters are for free, so there's no auna cheletele patela. Example le iberekisitseng ya school, I'm sure it's a bulk point because it's a business. Then it's a separate conversation. Ke a tsamaisane le smart meter o re tsensang ka montlong ya mme. Mara for business, it could be that honale chelete ba tshwantse e patela. Mara e tla ka mo dintlong, there's no sense auna chelete le patela. And then ma engwe le butsitseng is that no, go botlhokwa gore re change those smart meters because ke ra di meters tsa lena tsa peling, although ne sa ofi mathata. And I'm sure after lu utlwa batho ba bolela mo, you are worried or hey ba ntlisetsa mathata ka the smart meter. Now we are confident that these are individual specific problems, but generally, ba functioning as smart meter. Your meter is not that smart, but it's a dumb meter. I to give you a front load, free basic electricity, make sure that we are able to protect it. So we have to change it. And then I think no, but let's say the meter why did it change? No, I'm not changing those ones. I'm sure KRN whatever, nerira malo. And then Tabo, I've heard your call, Tabo Arnon, that Ramkup. First, you are in meetings like this. Go khona o botsana di nnete, and then re amohele nnete le ile hore nnete e painful. So Tabo, I think Tabo a boletse gore a nna Sputla a re patele. That's fine, my brother. So it's fine. It's a starting of resolving a problem. We don't have to re boele morao wa ile sa patele. Re ya ko pele. We want to regularize you. So Tabo a botsisa re can you lenteballe molato wa ka ka tšhelete ke ikolota. So the first thing re kopang gore present yourself, re tlo tla rire smart meter, a Tabo a tlhalosa but Ramokgopa nna ke bereke le o ka re ko patele ko ikera ka itšhelete. He re tsamaya ntlo ka ntlwana, we'll get that, and to the extent that re kgona go bona ka nnete ka mo ga Ramokgopa ha o kgonagale gore ntho ba ka tsoa ba e patetse, then re tla e beela ko thoko. Mara o mong that we can see this person could afford. Mara ena o tse respect sa gore no, I'm not going to pay. We'll put the smart meter and then re bana le conversation. Re utlwane gore he re ya ko pele ro berekisana bjang. But those ones ba dikobo tse dikhutshwane ba ileng gore a bana sa bona can rest assured gore ka nnete will not be re le kgopela gore le patele sekoloto sa lena sa maloba, because it's part of the program. This debt relief. And then Austeboho, Rapodile, I can see you understand this space very well. And thank you very much, my sister. I think we benefit a lot from this conversation. Very important. So, that's very important. So we won't pretend. There could be who want mobile or the problem much better than us. That's why we are together. That's why when I started, they get but maybe just to say the following, there is no load reduction in the Western Cape. So I don't have to ask anyone. We know that there's no load reduction. There's no load reduction in the Northern Cape. Load reduction you offer in the Northwest now, June. The whole of the province. It offer the whole of the Free State now in June. It fell the whole of Eastern Cape by the end of May. And the only province matata ke Gauteng le KZN. Maramore toya from one area to the other. Re ba tlhalosetsa ro berekisana bjang go rarolla bothata bo here ya ko pele. And then Austebo wa tlhalosa okay, but ba go Western Cape okay, abana load shedding, load reduction. Marina re mo gaufi le di station tsa mabone. It's true re 13 ya di power stations mo re fetlang motlagase di ko Mpumalanga. But no, we serve the whole country. There are freeways and byways. These big transmission lines, they take electricity anywhere. So you can be next to a power station and have load reduction. I'm just giving you an example. It's not a function of your proximity to the asset. The actual power station. But the point is that my ikemisetso arena ko rarolla load reduction. Also, Tebogo makes the point, or no man Ramokgopa, we have root level talk. When I did say I feel your pain, I understand your anger. For no mararefe, just a month, risna load reduction. Akatla mo holefa a month there no load reduction. Kitlile mo ofedisa load reduction. So that it must go once and for all. Because if relief here a month, it means it's coming back. I am saying 6 to 7 weeks, but in other areas, the general manager, like Unit D, we could do that even much faster. But we'll go, all I'm saying is that the worst case is about 7 weeks. The very load reduction. So we don't, khopelo ya batho ba borena ba re no mara re utlwele motlhoko re utlwela re berekisana mo re a fedisa load reduction so that we don't have a conversation a re tlo bolela ka load reduction in the future e tlebe ke itlela next time e ke itlamo is the cost of electricity and I said earlier on gore re tlo ntsha tokomane and ke a tshepa gore le tlo khona o tlisa mono ya lena ge re ya ko pele. And then there's other questions say saying, I mean, I don't have to go through each and every one. Thabo bolela gore go na le batho ba e leng gore ke di-farmers ba bangwe ba mo diplotong ba e leng gore ka nnete ba berekisa motlakase botlhaswa goba ba iconnectetse ka mokgwa o sa dumelang ke nnete gore the biggest problem e re na leng yone is not the domestic consumption a se dintlo tse re ke di balang tsa mo Hammanskraal. Some of the big companies, big industries, but they connected illegally. Some of these plot owners, babamba these farmers, and I'm not saying all of them, but they connected illegally. So what we do here, we are going to go to each and every part of the country. We have already started. I mean, Western Cape, Northern Cape. Re are told matata o tshwana le ao and ensured gore batho ba connecta legally, and because ke business motho o irile tšhelete ka o berekisa electricity e le gore na e utswitse bao a re ba kgaolele sekoloto, you must pay because you have made a profit. So it's a different conversation. Bona re bolela le bona re sa bolele le bona ka mokgwa re bolelang le lena ka teng, because we understand gore really it was to meet your basic needs na le nyaka o apeya. So we understand that. But for business, you must pay us because you have been stealing from us for a long time. And Raituri eating in this area. The GM was telling me it's very prevalent. Eating in this rural part of Tshwane. And again, rarola. So talking about hatella gore leskana hana o ka ra le kgetholla re lebeletse batho ba dikobo tse dikhutshwane mara re rarolle bothata bo e leng gore ke ba borakgwebo. I want to assure you, if anything, we have started with them because those are the ones who are consuming the most amount of electricity. Ke yona the attention that they are receiving from our side. And then auskhomotso ke boletsi maybe no steng e ke tlhalosa ra ka te tlhalosa pila gore whether o go informal settlements is we are going as go about to regularize you. So ntwe re tlhokang fela ke from City of Tshwane MMC Maluleka in his capacity as MMC housing o re fa borifi are this settlement ya ba ipei ra itse Eskom tswelang pele le ba feng mabone. So before Arifal Lengwalo Leo, Arikonolo connected, but we have agreed route one. Or Arifal Lengwalo, we're connecting everyone, my sister. Because Raitori Bunti Baba Twalengo, those informal settlements, they are genuinely looking for opportunities. So they can't be discriminated on the basis that they are poor. But they also have an obligation. Banalama ikarabelo au patella di tsebeletso. Bailongor bakona patel. And that's why we'll do that auskomotso. On the detail on which schedule, which settlement, I think Eskom, the City of Tshwane, will call the meetings in those areas. Because area how I Tshwane, some informal settlements, go at Rejvili, or in any other place. So I think it's important, Siskomoto, or when you give feedback, or the minister really, Lerena will get the attention, and then Renale Tshwane, Retatlako area in it's not necessarily government will come to you, really, Talu says. But that's the assurance we are giving you, really fine. And then, when I trade this thing about doctor and a number of people, building Eskom area, 1 house, 1 meter. So I get 1 house, 1 meter, geraso. So go Ramukopa Managa Street, Retensa 1 meter. Meter Ramuani, 1 smart meter. Mara enseke hula ke nna le batswadi. Of course, I get hono rekan tuya mara nka ikahela back room. I want my independence. Ha? Akenya go tlhopha batswadi ka montlong. So le nna ke nya ka mitara wa ka re ke khono te patel. So re tsere sephetho sa hore we are moving away from 1 house 1 meter. O ka bona le bahiri ka mo. Le bona re ba tsentshetsa di meter. So everyone has a meter accounts for his or her consumption. So ke ka mokgwa re tlo e rarolang ka teng. So every house re tlo tsena go wena he ba etla ba re no una le mohiri ka mo ra tsentsha so that there's peace of mind. O mong lo mong can account for his or her consumption. Ke yona ntwe ke nyaka ngo itlhalosa. And then ntate Patrick Ledwaba ke a leboha. The only reason why re tlile mo and the reason why una le di camera, we are placing it on record. Re bea semmuso mo pepeneneng gore re tlo rarolla this load reduction. Ntate Ledwaba o tlhalosa ntwe e botlhokwa ka matla gore there must be ntwe re ke accountability. Gore o khona o ikarabela setšhabeng ka gore le kgethile lena le baemedi ba setšhaba. And that's why we are here, is to ensure that we consolidate that the foundation of the democratic project. Whatever we say is on record and we deliver. Because if these things you are able to recall this meeting. Only the following will happen, and then there are consequences. I think it's an important part for that. So, I mean, I will. Oh, and the last one again, we will at least take out Gloria. Ari, Yamara Ramkopalena Muso, Lena Levotata. Orara Lukono Wana or Nahaya Hula. Why you didn't make provision? One of the informal settlements are there. Change the transformer so that to scavanali load reduction. You are absolutely correct. A properly functioning government, would have made those determinations. The only reason why we could not make those forward projections, why Neresa level is because there was load shedding. We had a problem now. There is no electricity across the country. That's why we're fixing these machines. Referring to look at this machine, this engine, the car can move. Now we can see there are other weak points in the value chain. And that's why we're fixing. And I'm sure once Refeta to strengthen the network, to make sure that Refeta take a load reduction. You've seen that in 2 weeks' time we'll announce nationally, we are going to add an additional generation capacity of about 102 gigawatts. We are going to increase in South Africa 2 times. Because we know population growth, right? And we have done the plans until 2042. Some of us will not be here, but we are planning for 2042. So that problem is going to happen next year or in the next 5 to 10 years. So you are absolutely right, Aus Gloria. It's an error on part of the democratic government. Maragelefa kontisi so yauri dilotsedika subwe area ko pele will be able to rerarolle bothata bo. Ereke felletse ka hore ona le batho ba tlile mo kra badudi ba tlhalosa renoma. Why it's like le punisher Hammanskraal and poor areas? They told me the same thing. I was in my rural village, but those ones could not say the same thing because I'm from there. So I could not be punishing them. I mean, it can't be that I'm discriminating and the only thing I want is to punish them, especially when I'm from the royal house. I will not do that. But that's besides the point. Mahato area tseyang ko kontisa hore motho a ka ba in a rural village. In Hammanskraal, he might be in an informal settlement. Your experience of government must be the same. Whether waterproof or Santin, or an informal settlement in Hammanskraal or a village in Haramkhupa, your experience must be the same. And that's the message it might be difficult for you to understand because of the experiences you are going through. Because of this load reduction. Otherwise, if that was not the case, spend 3 hours of your Sunday discussing these issues. It's because we value this contribution. So that it must not repeat itself. So because of this load reduction, now and again, I will go to a consider reclose petaraja, Rerarolle Matata Batubarin. A Hoto Mudime Belina, Mudimua Tavasio and Alabale. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Araskazamayan, like a Rubuzica Tapel. Rubuzica Tapel, or Gastamai so. Kosi, Kirakosi, Resali, Doskangani. Chiefs is a leader, one note. Dada Bushielo, Ugaira vote of thanks. Rezia vote of thanks, Rezia Tapelo, Razama.
Halala badudi ba Ward 8 halala. Halala badudi ba Ward 74 halala. Halala badudi ba Ward 75 halala. Ya na mushumo wa ka ko mo kopana thata. Ke a le bona le setse le emeletse ka maoto. And before ke leboga di boledi tse di boletseng, ke rata go gatella gore mmušo wa rena wa South Africa, government ya rena, ina le what we call a system of intergovernmental relation, which is based on the principle of collaboration. Se re se bonang mo kajeko ke gore karolo tše tsohle tsa mmušo wa rena wa mo South Africa, mmušo wa bogareng le mmušo wa province le wa dimasepala ba hlakane ka gore ge le kgethile baetapele ba lena ka mehla le mehla ba tla tla mo go lena ba tle go reporta back, because we are accounting to you as your leadership. So ke rata go leboga minister wa rena Dr. Ramokgopa, who is a former executive mayor of the city of Tshwane. Le mo tseba, is the son of soil, ke ngwana wa mobu, and o tlisitse taba tse monate, taba tsa gore o tlo le nokela di smart meters and o tlo eradicate le load reduction. And ke lebogele in his absentia the Premier of the Gauteng Province, Panyasa Lisufi, who also graced this occasion, and also our program director Altaman Maluleka, who managed to make sure that this meeting is orderly. And in our midst, we also have to thank the Deputy Chief Whip, Councillor Marishani, who is also here to ensure that the councillors are also present here. And we have got several ward councillors, Kidi councillor tsa lena mo le a di tseba le bona ba utlwile tse leng gore dingwangwerege tsa lena ba tla tsamaya le tsona ba di isa ko city of Tshwane, tse di santse di ye ko city of Tshwane. And then re leboge the technical team ba go tswa ko Eskom le city of Tshwane ba ba makeileng sure gore meeting o ba gona. They were taking notes. Ba tla re ge ba le ko di officing ba gona go bona tse le dimensionile mo ba gona go bona gore di a diragala. Ke a go leboga program director and also Altaman Maluleka. Re a leboga the minister. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Just pass the mic for the prayer. Kopa le fitise mic a shule ntato. Okay. E fa ntato la rapele le botho. E fa ntato la rapele. Re mo file subcontract ya o rapele. O nyogotsi ya subcontract ya o rapele. No. Re fa ntato. Are melembo botlhe re tseng thapelo.
A rapeleng Modimo ntate, Modimo Mosa, Modimo Jehova, Ramasedi a kganya, Modimo wa babalela, Mosia Smagate. Re bitsa wena Smagate, re bitsa wena tsela ya nnete le bophelo Jehova. Re tlotla ka wena bošweu le motshehare Jehova. Mesepelong ya rena tsamaya le rena o be le rena Jehova. Ditseleng mebileng dikotsing o phele re šireletsa Jehova kgoši e kgolo. Re bitsa wena mmabaledi a ditšhaba Jehova. Re bitsa wena kitikiti ya marararolo. O Modimo wa o phela Jehova. Ke bao baetapele ba rena mo pela sefatlhego sa o Jehova ba boledise dinnete Jehova Mesia o phele o na le bona metleng yohle ba re fe tsona ditaba tse re di tlhokang Jehova ba re thuse Mesia ba re thuse mo pela sefatlhego sao o ba fe maatla ba fe dikelello tsa botlhale go ya ka o sa feleng morena modimo wa rona amen.
Pula. They're requesting a photo. Yeah, group photo.
Oh, okay.
Ah, o sharp, wena. So ditaba tse di proper.